This is the Preston Indians pregame show. Coming up, we'll take a look at tonight's game. We'll hear from the coach and look at the pregame stats all leading up to tonight's action. You're listening to live coverage of the Preston Indians on 105.5 FM, AM 1340, and mylocalradio.com.
And a very pleasant good evening, everyone, as we come to you tonight from inside Holt Arena, otherwise known as the Mini Dome, here down in Pocatello, as tonight the Preston Indians come north an hour, and we'll take on the Pocatello Indians tonight. So it's the Indians against the Indians. Glad to have you with us. As Preston winner last week, up their record to 5-2 overall on the year, as they will face a Pocatello team tonight that has kind of struggled a little bit during the season. They came on 3-4 and 0-2 in conference play. Outside, it's cool, cloudy, a little bit drizzly on the way up here, but inside the dome, it is a nice, warm 73 degrees, and we're upstairs with a bird's eye view, and looking forward to bringing you the game here tonight. Again, right off the top, we'll again let you know that video unavailable tonight, as our friends at HSFB have the video feed this evening. If you would like to pay to watch the game via their video feed and listen to us, well, you can do that as well. You can find a link to able to get to that video feed. If you go to maxpreps.com, look at the Preston Indians schedule, there's an icon there on the game against Pocatello you can click on, and you can go to their website to be able to pay to watch the video feed. Anyway, John Slaughter back with us tonight after his little vacation last weekend. John, glad to have you back with us.
Glad to be back. The east part of the country is very fine. It was nice weather, no problems there, so it was good trip, quick but good.
Good, absolutely. And of course, you ended up missing a heck of a game last week as Preston knocked off Burley by a score of 51-13.
Awesome. You know, I knew these guys had it in it. Yeah, Burley's having kind of a down year this year, but we have the talent. If given the opportunity, they can capitalize on with their talent.
As Ty Hyde threw a season-high 5 touchdown passes in the game last week. Andrew Iverson had a big night. In fact, he took the opening play from scrimmage after Preston received the opening kickoff and scampered 60 yards with it to help set up the Indians' first touchdown of the night. And it was only 30 seconds into the game, and Preston had a touchdown on the board, and they were on their way to what became a pretty lopsided victory for Preston, putting up a season-high 51 points on the board.
It's good to see, especially Ty Hyde being able to connect with his talented receivers in Ward, Harrison, and Knapp, all of them. They have the capability of doing it, putting the ball in the air. The other aspect of the coin is their running game. Iverson has had a great night, over 100 yards for Iverson, who is a power runner and goes straight north-south, and he can do it all.
Yeah, Hyde's 5 touchdown passes last week went for 10, 24, 48, 77, and finally 26, and 3 of those going to Cole Harris for the win. As we mentioned, Iverson was 17 carries, 171 yards, also ran for 1 touchdown. Cole Harris ended up the game with 5 catches overall, 115 yards, and the 3 touchdowns in the game. So coming up tonight, they take on the Pocatello Indians, coming off a tough loss, 20-14 against Minico last week. Pokey's collected wins this year over Twin Falls, Shelley, and Canyon Ridge. The Indians, Pocatello Indians, that is, are in the middle of the pack as far as the Great Basin Conference 10 scoring race is concerned. They're 6th in points scored per game and 5th in points allowed per game. Preston will close out the season after this game tonight when they travel to Burley next week and to take on the Bobcats. Now, this has been a team in Pocatello that Preston has had trouble with all along, going all the way back to 2004. They've had their troubles with them.
Yeah, Pocatello has had a very successful program. Their record this year is kind of unpredictable of what they've done in the past, but they're able to step up and play. And what I like about tonight's game, other than the win-loss record, these two teams match up almost perfectly on paper. The riders, everybody else gives Preston just a little bit of an edge, but I'll tell you, Pocatello is a team that can can score and they can play defense. So we're going to have our hands full tonight.
As we mentioned, over the last couple of years, going all the way back to 2004, Preston's only beaten Pocatello twice. One of those came last year in a game at Preston High School, and I noticed that Coach Thorson made it a point to remind his team this week that because of that loss, Preston, or I should say Pocatello, liable to be stinging a bit, and look for them to come out and really try to get some revenge from that loss from last year.
Well, it's always been a rivalry between the Indians and the Indians. This is, other than Century and Pocatello, that's probably their in-city rivalry. But when it comes to rivalries for the long count, Preston and Pocatello have played each other for quite a while, and so you can't overlook them. They're going to come out. They're going to come hard. They're going to come strong, and we've got to be on our toes.
So speaking of strong, that's what the second half is continuing to be for Preston. Second half of each game, that is, including last week's game where they shut out Burley in the second half of the game last week, I should say. Preston has allowed only a total of 20 points in the second half of all of their games combined. That's 2.8 points per game in the second half on a weekly average. And for Preston, who've only led at halftime, trailed at halftime, I should say, in 5 of the 7 games so far this year. Not giving up very many points in the second half has really helped them come back and win games.
Well, and that's kind of a good thing for the Indians in a way, because if they fall behind Pocatello in the first half, they know they have the ability to come back, and that's going to be a big key tonight. I know Coach Thorson would love to jump out and score immediately like he did last week, so he could get plenty of playing time for his first string players, and then maybe at the end of the game, if we're up, he had the opportunity to get some other kids in, because you never know when a good player is going to go down.
That's absolutely right. At practice this week, they were figuring up how much quarters the other quarterbacks had, because they would have had to play in the freshman in the JV game, just in case anything happened to Ty, to figure out exactly who could come into the game. So it's the Indians and the Indians from here at the Mini Dome, down here in Pocatello. As we'll take a timeout, we'll come back and we'll look at some of the highlights from last week's win over the Burley Bobcats. We'll do all that as we continue right after this.
KACH, MyLocalRadio.com.
Welcome to West Motor Ford. We love happy customers. With multiple financing options, it's easy to drive your new vehicle home. We offer a full line of new Fords and a constantly changing pre-owned vehicle inventory. Our service department is top-notch, with technicians trained for everything from routine maintenance to major repairs. With a large selection of parts and accessories, including tires, we've got you covered. So come in and let us turn up your happy meter. Visit West Motor Ford in Preston today.
As one of the region's most visited websites, MyLocalRadio.com is here to serve you. Catch up on local and regional news and information. Buy, sell, or trade your good used items on the radio classifieds. Stream your favorite music all day, every day, or catch our live coverage of your high school teams in action, all on MyLocalRadio.com. Like us on Facebook so you never miss a giveaway, and visit MyLocalRadio.com today to stream it all live.
KACH, MyLocalRadio.com.
Welcome back to the pregame shows. We look at some of the highlights from last week's win on senior night over the Burley Bobcats, 51-13. Preston received the opening kickoff, and in the first play from scrimmage, Andrew Iverson rambled 60 yards all the way down to the 10-yard line. It was from there that Ty Hyde hit Garrett Ward on a 10-yard touchdown pass, and the Indians were on the board less than 30 seconds into the game.
Ty's going to roll to the right. Wide open is Garrett Ward for the touchdown. 2 plays, and it's quickly 6-0 Preston.
With 9:27 left in the first on a 4th down play, Ty Hyde went to his cousin Cole Harris for 24 yards and a touchdown, the first of 3 touchdown catches on the night by Harris.
They need the full 10 yards. Ty wants to throw. He's going to throw for the end zone. Wide open is Harris. Touchdown. Cole Harris wide open for the 24-yard touchdown pass. That made the score 14-0. However, next time Preston had the ball, they increased the lead out to 21-0, this time on a 48-yard connection from Hyde to Harris. Twin receivers to each side. Pump fake. They're going to go deep, and man open again. It's complete, and it's complete to Harris for the touchdown. 48-yard touchdown pass. With the score then 21-6 in the second quarter on the first play following a Bobcat kickoff, Ty dialed long distance once again, this time to Isaiah Smith for 73 yards and a touchdown to make the score 28-6. Hyde wants to throw, looking. He's got a man deep again. It's Smith this time. Isaiah's got it, and he's off to the races, and he's gone. Touchdown. The Indians increased the lead in the closing moments of the first half as Hyde threw across the middle for 26 yards once again to Cole Harris for his third touchdown of the half, as the Indians would head into the halftime break, leading 35-13. Ty looking left, throws down the middle. There's Harris. He's got it. Touchdown. Harris makes the play. A 26-yard touchdown pass. In the third quarter, the Indians' offense continued to flex their muscles. Andrew Iverson joining the act with a 1-yard touchdown run to increase the lead to 42-13. It'll be first and goal, Indians, just right outside the goal line. Give it to Iverson straight ahead, and into a crowd of people, Iverson gets in. Touchdown. Midway through the third period, after the Indians recorded a safety to make the score 44-13, the Indians had gone to the bench for a new quarterback as Emery Thorson came into the game. After he scrambled for a first down, Thorson then gave the ball to Tate Rawlings, who carried it the rest of the way to pay dirt. End around. A little inside handoff as this goes to Tate Rawlings, and Rawlings is going to run it in. 20 yards for the score on the misdirection. That closed out the scoring as the Indians went on to win 51-13 on senior night against the Burley Bobcats. We'll take a timeout. When we come back, we'll sit down for a couple of minutes with the head coach, Eric Thorson. We'll do all that as we continue to count you down to kickoff on the Preston Indians pregame show right after this.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
Are you looking for a different kind of spot for lunch, dinner, or to do catering for your next event? Then try the Island Bowl Grill inside Poppin' Pins right here in Preston. At Island Bowl Grill, they have the best Hawaiian fare in the area. The combination of teriyaki and Korean influences can only be described in one way: mouth-watering. Offering 3 different catering options, Island Bowl Grill can host your next party in-house at Poppin' Pins Bowling Center. You can pick up for takeout, or they can come right to your house and prepare the food on site for your next party. What could be easier? Go to poppinpins.com for more information on Island Bowl Grill, or call 208-425-6128. Poppin' Pins Bowling Center, 411 South US Highway 91 in Preston.
Interviews, highlights, and analysis with the best in the business. Here we go. Others can talk about the game. Only one source can deliver the goods. And it can only be found right here on the Coach Gary Anderson Show on the Aggie Sports Network from Learfield IMG College.
The Coach Gary Anderson Show, live from Wingers in Logan, Thursday nights at 6 on FM 105.5 and AM 1340 KACH. More and more people are moving to the Preston area to live and retire. Since 1978, Ralph Construction's been building custom homes in the Blue Sage Park community, the only 55-year-old plus community in the city of Preston. Come see the downsized, no-hassle lifestyle that Blue Sage Park offers. Ralph Construction will build to your custom specifications, or you can choose one of their existing floor plans. They're just starting phase 2, so there's plenty of great lots still available. Ralph Construction. Call for more information, 435-232-1837. Lawn care and snow removal included. Blue Sage Park by Ralph Construction, 435-232-1837.
Qualifications and rules apply. See institution for details.
Last play of the game, folks.
And the snap, drops back. Whoa, changes mind. Down the sideline. The 40, the 30, the 20, the 10. Casasa! Unbelievable! Did you see that? Casasa!
Not to be a buzzkill, but what's Casasa? We're glad you asked that. Kasasa, it's a catchy word for earning cash. Free Kasasa checking rewards you in cash each month.
Ask for free Kasasa checking at Advantage Plus Federal Credit Union, federally insured by the NCU.
At Franklin County Medical Center, their goal is to get you back in the game, back to work, and back to your normal way of life. Franklin County Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation Center has a team of therapists who specialize in providing you an individualized treatment plan, helping you reach your goals, working with doctors from all over the region to make your recovery convenient and close to home. Call today so you can stop suffering and start healing. Franklin County Medical Center, where hospitality and excellence.
Listen for Dan Hubbard and Preston Indian Sports on KACH.
Welcome back. It's the Indians and the Indians. Pocatello and Preston coming up here in just a few minutes here from the Mini Dome down in Pocatello. And we'll spend a couple of minutes here with Coach Eric Thorson as we get ready for the ball game tonight. Senior night's done. Look, you can close the book on that, but you ended up playing a very good game and put 51 points on the board.
Yeah, it's great when we're able to execute and do what we were hoping to do, which is have a good sound game and win the ball game.
How important was it to get some of those guys out in the fourth quarter and get them a little bit of rest and make sure they didn't get hurt moving into tonight's game?
Yeah, the physical side of it, I would say that's a good thing. We want to reduce any risk of being injured. But I think the mental side of it, giving them a little bit of time to really enjoy rewards of the hard work they've put in, set the tone for practice this past week.
So you take on Pocatello here tonight. It's a team that Preston, quite honestly, has struggled against over the years and have not had the best of results.
Yeah, no, that's definitely. I don't remember the exact. I think we've only beat them 2 times in the history of our series. So, that's in the back of our minds.
But you're coming off a win last year, which is a bit of a feather in your cap, so to speak.
Yeah. Last year we got them. It was at home. It was late in the year. A lot of things that were to our advantage, and we're excited for that. Primarily, we have a lot of kids back that were on that team, and we're not naive enough to think that they haven't marked this one. I think they're obviously we're now in the Dome this year. I'd put that to their advantage. Their home crowd. We're also we're also playing a very good Pocatello team. So I hope it's going to be an exciting night.
I was interested when I was at practice on Monday. You took a few minutes to talk to the boys, and you pointed out to them that don't come into this game thinking that they haven't marked this on their calendar to chalk up a little bit of revenge to the loss last year. Yeah,
that's what I think they would be after. I know that's what I would be after if I were on their side. What I think we need to really rely on right now is our heavy senior team. We need to rely on our experience to keep even kill as far as our motions and just make sure we execute, do the things that we do well.
Having that senior experience on the team going to play into your hands. I was doing some prep on Pocatello today, and they're a little bit younger.
Yeah, definitely younger, but I'm not going to overlook their ability. They're extremely talented, and they've played well. Coach Spillett is a great coach, and I respect him. And, hats off to their program. And so, our job is to do what we do and compete and use that veteran experience to make sure we don't let emotions get the best of us. That Dome's an exciting environment. And I just hope that we go in there and play good football.
How different is it to play inside the Dome like that?
Well, this time of year, exceptionally, of course. We're out to Minico and getting frostbite. And that's a different experience than the Dome. I enjoy the Dome. Athletes can be athletes, and the crowd, the stage is exciting. It's noisy, it's upbeat. I enjoy it. Obviously there are the logistic things with the hash marks being closer together, the field goal post being narrower. That does change the game. It changes your thoughts. You're set up for a 35-yard field goal and you're going, well, he could hit it on our post, but these ones aren't as wide. So those things sit in your mind. But all in all, if I had my choice, I'd love to play there. It's a great environment, and we're thankful for that opportunity.
Can you take anything away from the game you played against Logan at Maverick Stadium, or is it just a completely different environment being inside?
Well, no, I think it is. I think it is the same environment. I think it's the grandstand. It's the next level for these kids, and I do think one of the reasons we were excited about getting that Logan game was to kind of prepare us for playing in those environments. Obviously, other cards were stacked against us with Logan being their third game, our first, and that. But we didn't want to pass up on the environment, and I do hope that will play in a factor as far as us being able to go in and just treat it like a business.
Last question I have for you is: all of a sudden you have a new combination quarterback receiver between Ty Hyde and Cole Harris that have done very well, especially this past game.
Yeah, I wouldn't call it new. I think at the time that Scott Dunn was injured, Scott Dunn had 409 passing yards and Cole Harris had 403. So I wouldn't call it a new combination, but I think that we've taken a lot of the balls that would have gone to Scott and have now gone to Cole's direction. We've set up schemes to try and get Cole open where we would have been using Scott. So it's great that he stepped up in that place. Obviously, we love Scott. We miss having him on the field. But yeah, no, proud of the work that Cole's put in to take and fill those shoes.
And Ty's having just another great year as we continue on. He's closing in on 2,000 yards passing.
Yeah, no, I love Ty. His number one asset is to lead and compete. He's an adequate thrower. He's an adequate intelligence as a quarterback, but his ability to lead and compete is what puts him in that spot.
Appreciate your time as always. Good luck tonight.
Thank you, Dan, and thank you for all you do.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
The Preston Lady Indians wrapped up their regular season this week and head into the regional tournament this Saturday. They'll hit the road as they'll be at Century High School for a pair of matches. In the first match, they'll face the Pocatello Indians at 11:30 in the morning. The second match will come shortly thereafter against an opponent yet to be determined. Follow all the action this Saturday on 105.5 FM and AM 1340 KACH and online at mylocalradio.com.
It's the end of a long day and your feet are tired, or are you running behind schedule? But you need milk and eggs. You don't want to have to walk clear to the back of the store to get a gallon of milk and a dozen eggs. I suspect we all can relate to both of those stories. The great news is that this problem has been solved by Stokes Market in Preston with a recently installed new cold case right near the front door. If you just need a gallon of milk or some eggs, you can find them right inside the front door. Visit Stokes Market today in Preston.
Qualifications and rules apply. See institution for details.
Last play of the game, folks.
And the snap, drops back. Whoa, changes mind. Down the sideline. The 40, the 30, the 20, the 10. Casasa! Unbelievable! Did you see that? Casasa!
Not to be a buzzkill, but what's Casasa? We're glad you asked that. Casasa. It's a catchy word for earning cash. Free Casasa checking rewards you in cash each month.
Ask for free Casasa checking at Advantage Plus Federal Credit Union. Federally insured by the NCU.
Health West is a nationally recognized community health center that provides patient-centered health care for everyone. From newborn to complicated care, Health West is always accepting new patients in Medicaid, Medicare, insured, and even if you don't have insurance. Available in 8 locations throughout Southeast Idaho. Call 208-852-3200 for an appointment in Preston. Health West, empowering our patients and communities by providing quality, affordable health care.
This time of year, the weather can change quickly. That means the road conditions change quickly too. If you usually feel stressed when you're driving as the weather changes, it might be because you don't have the right tires for the road conditions. Let West Motor Company help you choose the tires that will meet your needs. Take the stress out of your winter driving with a set of 4 new tires. Visit any of our dealerships in Preston or Logan today. West Motor Company, we do tires.
KACH.
Well, other games going on tonight around the Great Basin 10. Century, who normally shares the dome here with Pocatello, they're on the road tonight as they'll be at Minico. Wood River is at Burley. Mountain Home will take on Canyon Ridge. Jerome will play at Twin Falls. And, of course, it's the Preston Indians here against the Pocatello Indians. We invite you to stay tuned. Exciting Preston Indian football is coming up next right here on AM 1340 and FM 105.5 KACH.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
Whether you go into the mountains during the fall to look for big game or use your camera for shots of nature, make sure you don't get stuck while you're there. Visit West Motor Company today and check out the wide selection of four-wheel drive vehicles we have in stock. With new Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, Ram, and Ford vehicles and loads of pre-owned four-wheel drives on the lot, you're sure to find the perfect vehicle for your backcountry adventures this year. West Motor Company in Preston and Logan. Stop in today.
WestMotorCompany.com. Whether a loved one passes suddenly and much too soon or after a long and fruitful earthly journey, the families of Northern Cache Valley have known for years they can rely on sensitive and professional care from Webb Funeral Home. Now in their beautiful full-service facility on the south side of Preston, Webb Mortuary urges you to consider the benefits of pre-planning final arrangements in order that your wishes are carried out and difficult decisions are not left to your surviving family members. Make an appointment soon to talk about pre-planning with your friends at Webb Funeral Home.
It's the end of a long day and your feet are tired, or are you running behind schedule? But you need milk and eggs. You don't want to have to walk clear to the back of the store to get a gallon of milk and a dozen eggs. I suspect we all can relate to both of those stories. The great news is that this problem has been solved by Stokes Market in Preston with a recently installed new cold case right near the front door. If you just need a gallon of milk or some eggs, you can find them right inside the front door. Visit Stokes Market today in Preston.
It's always refreshing to shop where you know you're appreciated. It's even better when you can get everything you need, quality parts at fair prices. The team at Preston Auto Parts CarQuest appreciate every customer. They work hard to make sure that you have the right part the first time, on time. Whether it's motorcycles, farm and ranch, lawn and garden, or car and truck parts, you can always get it all at Preston Auto Parts CarQuest. Stop in today at 17 South State Street in Preston.
Across the FM airwaves, we're heard at 105.5. On the far-reaching AM dial, we're at 1340. And on the internet at mylocalradio.com. Wherever you find us, we are KACH, Preston, Smithfield.
This is Preston High School football. The Indians hit the gridiron looking to bring home a Great Basin 10 title and make a run for a berth in the state playoffs. All the excitement of Preston football is brought to you by West Motors, with Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram trucks, all available right here in Preston. By Franklin County Medical Center, with the finest care you'll find in all of the Cache Valley. By Stokes Market, True Value. By Ralph's Construction, building custom homes in the Blue Sage Park community right here in Preston. By Webb Funeral Home, just off Highway 91 at the south end of the city of Preston. By Valley Implement. By Preston Auto Parts CarQuest on State Street in downtown Preston. By Advantage Plus Federal Credit Union. By Idaho Salvage, where you can turn your scrap metal into cash. By S&T Electric. And by mylocalradio.com. Tonight's game is a presentation of Preston Broadcasting, LLC, and is made possible through an agreement between Preston High School Athletics and Preston Broadcasting. It's presented for the private, non-commercial use of our audience. Any rebroadcast or use of the descriptions or account of this game without the express written consent of Preston Broadcasting, LLC is strictly prohibited. And Preston Broadcasting.
And a very pleasant good evening, everyone. Welcome back here to the Mini Dome in Pocatello. It's the Indians and the Indians tonight. Pocatello and Preston, as the captains have come out to the middle of the field, have the coin toss, the national anthem, and then the opening kickoff coming up just around the corner. We will remind you once again that video for tonight's game is available through HS streaming services. If you want to find the link to that, if you go to Max Preps, look at the Preston page and go to their schedule page. There's a link there that will take you to where you can get the video of tonight's game. You can watch the video and turn the sound up on us, and we'll bring you the best of both worlds. Otherwise, John Slaughter and I will bring you just a good old-fashioned radio broadcast from here at the Mini Dome here in Pocatello. It's senior night, and the folks from Pocatello went through and introduced all their seniors on the football team tonight. That's always a special and fun night.
Yeah, seniors have worked hard. You know, most of them have played from ninth grade up on through to senior. And this may be most of them's last game. Unless they go on to a specialty team or something like that. Very few of them will get scholarships to college and play college ball, maybe some JC. But we have from Southeast Idaho, we've had a number of players that have gone on to professional football, so you never know.
So from here in Holt Arena in Pocatello, as they drop the flag, we proudly present our national anthem. As they roll the flag back up and into its holding spot up in the rafters here at Holt Arena. And we're just about ready to play some football here tonight between the Indians and the Indians, as it's certainly taking its time to roll back up. It is a very large flag, as you might imagine. It goes from almost the roof all the way back down nearly to the floor here at the arena. As it slowly winds its way. The Preston Indians tonight will wear their blue pants and white jerseys. Of course, their normal white helmets. For Pocatello, white pants and their blue tops and dark blue helmets that they will wear here in the game this evening as well. You mentioned it during the pregame show, John, that a lot of the proponents, a lot of the writers here in the area, they went out on the limb and they actually picked Preston to come up with a win tonight. Pocatello is kind of undermanned, and they've had some injuries the last few games, so they've actually picked Pocatello to win, or I should say Preston to win tonight.
Right. Their key players are all, younger. A lot of them are younger, but once they get to the second string, they're still working on some of the younger kids to build up the program. But we just saw like senior night. There weren't a whole lot of seniors being honored. I think maybe 20 at the most. Not a whole lot, but a good program nevertheless, and we're in for a good game, even though Preston is, favored by about 6 points.
So for Preston, a win tonight really becomes almost imperative, as Coach Thorson has been telling us for the last couple of weeks. This is really the playoffs started for the Indians a couple of weeks ago. So winning tonight becomes important. What makes it extra important is that Minico has a tough assignment tonight at home against Century. Yeah. If Century should win that game tonight over Minico and Preston win, well, that kind of leaves the door open for anything to happen for the Preston Indians.
Right, that puts it almost in a three-way tie. If Preston wins and Century wins, it puts it into a three-way tie. So it's imperative that we win, but it's going to be an interesting, fun night.
So it looks like the Preston Indians will kick off. Isaiah Smith making his way out to the middle of the field. He'll tee up the ball at the 40-yard line as Pocatello already out onto the field.
It's interesting, Preston, they signaled that Pocatello won the toss, but they elected to receive. And so that's why Preston is kicking off here in Pocatello, because they didn't get the coin toss. They lost the coin toss. But
Preston's now 5-3 in coin tosses this year. They've lost 3 straight. But that's okay. As back deep for Pocatello, standing right about the 5-yard line is number 20, Matt Ney. And to his left is number 5, Zach Park. as Isaiah Smith will kick it off here as we'll get this game underway from here at Holt Arena, otherwise known as the Mini Dome here in Pocatello. As Isaiah comes forward, kick's going to come right down the middle, and that's going to come to the senior Nate at his own 5-yard line to the 20, cuts forward, gets across the 25 up to about the 28, 29 before he's finally knocked out of bounds. As coming over to not make sure he stayed out of bounds was Mason Thompson.
Yeah, it was a great kick by Isaiah, and they brought it down the right side. Preston was ready for it. I've been impressed also with Preston's kicking team. Well, their special teams this year. They seem to be able to get to the ball real quick, after the kick.
They'll start with Jaden Downs rather, is at the quarterback spot. Standing with him back in the backfield is number 11, Ryan Payne, who stands on his right shoulder. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to Payne. Tries to bounce it outside. Good pursuit by the Indians. It gets across the 30. So it's going to be a short game. Give him about a yard. And it'll bring up 2nd down and 9.
Yeah, they got a really good mark on that kickoff return. They put it right just off the 30-yard line. So they got a gain of about a yard, but yeah, he started from the 30.
So 2nd down and 9. Downs, who last week passing against Minico did fairly well until it got down right to the very end. Swings this one out. It's going to be incomplete as he tried to get it over on the far side.
Yeah, he was wide open. The ball went just short, skipped, and into the arms. But the official was right there. Perfect angle to see the skip.
Casey Bruner, the intended receiver. Going to bring up 3rd down and 9. Last week against Minico, Downs was 24 of 42 for 235 yards, threw for 1 touchdown and an interception. That interception came in the final drive. In fact, it was the last pass that he threw with less than a minute to play as they were driving for what could have been a go-ahead score. Pass was picked off, and Minico ended up winning the game. Down the middle, it's complete to midfield. Still on his feet, Zay Davis jumps on the guy's back, brings him down at the 45-yard line, as that was thrown to Ryan Payne.
Yeah, he was met first by Justin Inglet, but like he said, he was right in the middle. Pass right down the middle of the field. Perfect throw, gain of about 25.
It'll bring up first and 10 as they'll mark it at the 46-yard line of Preston. So the first down tonight here for the Pocatello Indians. Adam Jones now in the backfield with Downs. They'll swing it out as this is out here to the near side to Park. Park breaks 1 tackle, gets out to the 40. That'll be a gain of 6, and Andrew Iverson on the stop.
Yeah, Andrew Iverson was able to get over from the middle linebacker position as the wideout here. Who we got out here on the wide side? It was Hunter Wright. He was blocked immediately. Good scheme by Pocatello on that particular play for 6-yard gain.
So the Indians will send 2 receivers to each side. Single running back in the backfield remains Adam Jones, the sophomore. And Downs will work out of the shotgun once again. 2nd down and 4. Across the middle, he's got a man wide open. It's caught at the 20. Makes him 1 move, and he's going to head in untouched for the touchdown. That's Casey Bruner who goes in for the score.
Great play by Pocatello as they took the man on the far left, came into the middle, out about 10, 20 yards, and then slant in. And he hit him on perfect stride and nobody there to stop him. As a good block downfield and put him into the end zone.
So it's going to go as a 40-yard touchdown pass as Pokey able to get on the board first. The quarterback Downs will try the extra point. Out of the hold of Adam Jones. Snap, spot, the kick is no good. Kind of hit a duck right into the line.
Yeah, it went up, had no height on it whatsoever. Kick went right, just barely over the line, and so no good on the extra point.
Pocatello on top 1-0 as they break first. Back for the kickoff right after this.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
More and more people are moving to the Preston area to live and retire. Since 1978, Ralph Construction's been building custom homes in the Blue Sage Park community, the only 55-year-old plus community in the city of Preston. Come see the downsized, no-hassle lifestyle that Blue Sage Park offers. Ralph Construction will build to your custom specifications, or you can choose one of their existing floor plans. They're just starting phase 2, so there's plenty of great lots still available. Ralph Construction. Call for more information. 435-232-1837. Lawn care and snow removal included. Blue Sage Park by Ralph Construction. 435-232-1837.
KACH.
So the Pocatello Indians break on top. Took exactly 2 minutes to get that ball into the end zone. And Preston will send Allen Iverson back deep, standing at his own 5. Isaiah Smith also back there. He comes up closer to the 15-yard line on the left side of the field. Jaden Downs will kick off as he puts a toe to it. Pretty good kick. This is going to drive Isaiah Smith back all the way to the 2-yard line. As he gets his footing under him, starts almost from the goal line. Comes forward, gets to the 10 over on the far side, and he's cut down before he can get to the 15.
Yeah, he took off kind of slow, looking for an opening, seeing where his main blockers were going to be. But Pocatello was able to stay in their lanes and come down and close the gap on Isaiah Smith at the 14-yard line.
Spent a lot more time running horizontal than he did going north and south up the field. So 1st and 10 Indians. As they'll come out, they'll send 3 receivers right here on the first play. Single receiver left, lone setback in the backfield with Hyde. Ty works out of the shotgun. Little toss goes to Iverson. It's strung out well by the defense, and they lose yardage all the way back to the 9.
Yeah, Pocatello was ready for that play as they basically saw the turn and pitch. It was a quick pitch by Ty Hyde to Iverson, and he had nowhere to go. The line was already there.
So they lose about 4 on the play. 2nd down and 14 coming up here. All the way back to their own 9-yard line. Kind of a big switch from last week when the first time Iverson touched the ball on 1st and 10. He took off and ran 60 yards with it.
Yeah, Pocatello probably watched that tape because they were all over Iverson on that run.
So Cole Harris comes in. Isaiah Smith heads to the sidelines. Again, they'll empty the backfield this time. 5 receivers into the pattern. They swing it outside as it goes outside to Inglet. Inglet with a short gain gets back to the 10.
Inglet kind of sold that play right there as he instead of going out and back, he went straight sideways looking for the ball, knowing the ball was coming to him, and Pocatello didn't fool Pocatello at all.
So it's going to bring up 3rd down and 13. As the ball sits right on the 10-yard line, they need to get out to the 23. Ty's going to roll left, looking, throwing across the middle. He tries to get it to Harris, but threw it behind Cole, and it's going to go incomplete.
Yeah, Cole didn't have a chance at that one, but Hyde was under pressure as the Pocatello's front line. There was about 3 Pocatello players ready to tackle him if he hadn't got it off when he did.
So it brings up 4th down and 13, a punting situation. Isaiah Smith comes back into the game, stands a couple of yards deep in his own end zone as he'll put a toe to it and kick it away here after the first possession tonight. As pretty good punt. It's going to hit right about the 45-yard line and take a Preston roll. And just as it gets to the midfield stripe, it'll be down there by Knapp. And the Pocatello offense will come back out of the field and start right at the midfield stripe.
There's a chance that ball would have rolled just a little bit further, but it bounced up, hit Knapp right in the knee, and so he knew he had to touch it to make sure the officials saw it. But, yeah, it was a 49-yard punt because he kicked it right from the goal line.
And they'll spot the ball officially at the Preston 49. So Pocatello starts in plus territory here for this possession. As referee whistles the ball into play, Downs with pain on his left shoulder, wants to throw right away. Swings it out. It's complete out here on the near side as that goes to Matt Ney. Ney's going to get all the way up across the 40. See if where they're going to spot it as far. We'll make it. They call it a first down?
No, it's just short.
Just short. So it's going to be 2nd down and about a half a foot.
So just over a 9-yard pass play for Pocatello. And it'll be 2nd and short.
So 2nd down and short here. Kind of a free play. You can do just about whatever you want. They're going to run it as they hand it off inside. That goes to Jones. Jones gets near the line to gain. Looks like he may have it.
Yeah, they're going to stop it. I'm sure it's 1st down.
And it is.
But he was met really quick there by Dallin Palmer, as a good play by Dallin to stop him for basically no gain, but just enough for the 1st down.
So Jones gains 2, picks up the 1st down.
Preston's defense is just playing a little bit soft right now. They're giving them plenty of room to step out and throw quick.
Downs throws across the middle, a little contact before the ball got there, but there is no flag coming in.
Yeah, they think that the contact came right as the ball reached him, so it was close.
And honestly, what did you think?
Personally, I'm biased though. I didn't think it was pass interference, but then again, if it would have been against us, I probably would have said, yeah, that probably should have been a flag.
So it's 2nd down and 10. Thank you for being honest. There'll be a little something extra in your pay envelope.
Oh yeah.
Again, 4 receivers, 2 to each side. Downs works out of the shotgun. Looking quickly over the middle, swings it out. It's complete out to the 30. Puts his head down, gains up, walks up to the 25-yard line.
That'll be another 1st down.
As the pass was complete to 26, Jackson Wilson. That'll be a gain of 15 on another 1st down, as you mentioned, John. Of Jackson Williams, I should say.
I think Preston needs to come up a little bit tighter on defense. They're letting them out, and they're throwing, and Downs is throwing that ball real quick. There's another quick one.
Immediately wants to throw it right outside as it goes to Ney. Ney dives across the 25 up to about the 23. That'll be a short gain. Call it a couple of yards. Tolan Ney with his first catch here of the 1st quarter. Clock runs, 6:15 to play here in the 1st. So everybody remembers what happened with Preston with Minico. They played a very tough game with them. Well, Pocatello had just about the same experience with a chance to win late, but the interception ended up costing them the game. Down rolls left, throwing toward the corner, and it's incomplete.
Yeah, very close. The ball was just off the mark as the receiver, Adam Jones, was the intended receiver, but he had to dive for it, and it was just out of his reach. But that would have been about the 2-yard line if he'd have caught it.
2nd incompletion of the night for Downs. He's 7 out of 9 for 96 yards here on his first 2 drives. 5:53 to play here in the 1st quarter as the clock stops on the incomplete pass. Again, out of the shotgun, Payne in the backfield with him on his left hip, and Preston jumps offside.
Preston just donated a 5-yard advantage to Pocatello.
That's going to make it 3rd down and 3 now, inside the 20.
There were about 2 or 3 Preston players that jumped, so we're not going to single anybody out on that one.
It was several members of the front, the defensive line.
Yeah.
So 5:53 as the clock stops for the penalty. And for the first time tonight, Downs is going to go up under center. Tailback is Jones. They'll give it to Jones. Bounces it outside. Gets around Hammond going to the corner, and he's going to outrun Inglet and score. An 18-yard run puts Pocatello up 13-0.
Yeah, we had a man out wide on the wide receiver. He cut to the inside, and it looked like they was gonna run to the right, but he just bootlegged out, basically out around, and nobody there to stop him. No, we didn't have a defensive back in the backfield.
So to see if they're going to go for 2 here or try just the kick again. Remember, they missed the PAT earlier on the first drive, and they're going to go for 2 to try to get back on schedule here. Jones again, the lone setback. In fact, it's the same formation and almost the same play. This time he cuts it in, and he's going to be short, and that's going to fail as well. So Pocatello has the ball twice. They score twice, and here in the first quarter, with 5:46 to play, they lead 12-0. Back of the kickoff right after this.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
Welcome to West Motor Ford. We love happy customers. With multiple financing options, it's easy to drive your new vehicle home. We offer a full line of new Fords and a constantly changing pre-owned vehicle inventory. Our service department is top-notch with technicians trained for everything from routine maintenance to major repairs. With a large selection of parts and accessories, including tires, we've got you covered. So come in and let us turn up your happy meter. Visit West Motor Ford in Preston today.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
Dan Hubbard and John Slaughter back here from Holt Arena in Pocatello. As so far the Pocatello Indians are playing like a team out for revenge after losing last year at the game at Preston as they lead 12-0 here. A little over halfway done here in the first quarter.
Right. Adam Jones doing a lot of the damage as he ran in for the touchdown, but also does the kickoff. Goes out of bounds. That'll give Preston the chance to put the ball on the 35.
As that ball got away from Isaiah Smith, he didn't touch it, and then it rolled out of bounds just before it got to the pylon. Isaiah's still standing back at the 5 like he thinks they're going to make him kick it again, but the offense comes out on the field, so they'll put the ball down at the 35, and that's where Preston will go to work here in their second drive of the game. Their first drive tonight, they went 3 and out and gave the ball right back to Pocatello. 2 receivers to either side. Iverson, the lone setback. They'll give it to Iverson. He's going to go off the right side. Gets across the 35 up to about the 37, so it'll be a short game for Andrew as he picks up a couple.
Gain of 2 as Iverson dove into the line. Pocatello has really, it's almost like they're keying right on Iverson coming up the middle. They probably need to throw in some imaginary play of some type, something to. There's one.
Ty's going to throw, has it to Garrett Ward. Ward brought down right at the midfield stripe, and that'll be the first down of the night here for the Preston Indians.
Yeah, that was actually a good throw by Ty as he hit Garrett right in the middle on stride, and he brought it down with a gain of about 12.
So right up to the midfield stripe, 1st and 10 there for the Indians. Again, 2 receivers to either side. They're going to go with the jet sweep, and it's sniffed out immediately as they handed it to Garrett Ward, and Braden Sayer, the junior, right there to greet him almost as soon as he got the ball, and he's going to lose a couple of yards.
Yeah, Sayer broke right through the line. Preston's line's got to do just a little bit better job of blocking downfield, so that they can break open a hole there, find out which gap he's going in, and move him over.
They go in a swarm formation this time. Ty to throw. He's got Harris wide open down the sidelines. 25, knocked out of bounds right as he gets to the 21-yard line. 1st and 10 for Preston.
Yeah, that was about a 30-yard completion and catch and run for Harrison.
So 31-yard catch and run as Harris with his first catch of the night. Preston into Pocatello's territory for the first time this evening as well. They'll go 3 receivers left this time. Single running back is Iverson. Fake to Iverson. Ty spins out, headed right, gets around the corner, stiff arms a man, gets back near the line of scrimmage, and that's all. As pursuing him and bringing him down as he tried to get to the corner was Hunter Killian, the sophomore.
Yeah, he's a good-sized kid, but he not as big as Ty. He brought him down pretty easily. So Ty, not the fastest runner on the team, but he had a lot of wide open field. He should have turned up just a little bit quicker.
Ty had one of his biggest nights running last week, but unfortunately, a big night for him is just simply positive territory, as he'd been sacked so many times. Coming into the game tonight for the year, Ty had still only rushed for a negative 71 yards on the season. They empty the backfield. 5 receivers in the pattern. They throw it underneath to Iverson. Gets away from one man. Cuts it down the sidelines. 5. Stumbles forward. Gets up to about the 5 and finally run out of bounds.
Yeah, Iverson had to walk the tightrope there along the side as he stepped out, I think, a little bit earlier than we thought. I thought he was down to the 5, but must have stepped out about the 9-yard line.
That'll bring up a 1st and goal here for the Indians. So Iverson with his first catch of the night. 1st and goal from the 9. They'll give it to Iverson. Goes straight ahead, trying to push his way up to the 5-yard line. So it'll be a gain of 4 and bring up 2nd down and goal.
Impressive on Pocatello's defensive line, as they are good size, and Preston's having a hard time moving them back. They're holding their ground quite well. We run into that line, and they stand us right up. And we don't get very far through the middle of the line.
So they'll send 2 receivers to either side this time as Harris goes in motion back to the right. They'll give it to a little Statue of Liberty play. It goes to Iverson, 4 yards for the touchdown.
And that was a great play fake by Ty as he faked into the middle and then act like he still had the ball and faked the throw out to the wide receiver and then handed it off to Iverson on a delay. And Iverson was able to push his way into the end zone. Had a big hole there. Nice job by our Preston's offensive line that time.
So that'll make it 6-6. Garrett Ward on to try the point after. 2:23 to play in the quarter. Snap, spot, the kick is up, and it is no good. So we're even at 6 here. I should say it's 12-6 with Pocatello on top as they've scored twice here in the quarter. Preston will kick off when we come back right after this.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
As one of the region's most visited websites, mylocalradio.com is here to serve you. Catch up on local and regional news and information. Buy, sell, or trade your good used items on the radio classifieds. Stream your favorite music all day, every day, or catch our live coverage of your high school teams in action, all on mylocalradio.com. Like us on Facebook so you never miss a giveaway, and visit mylocalradio.com today to stream it all live.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
So Preston able to finally get the offense in motion, John. The second time they have the ball, and they drive it down the field and get on the board.
Well, it's like I said, those dives into the line where Pocatello was right on Iverson and straight on, but the fakes that Ty has been able to do has put some yards on the field, so for the Indians.
Kickoff comes down to the 10-yard line where it's picked up there by Park. Park across the 30 out to about the 35 where he's finally brought down by a host of white-shirted Indians.
Yeah, good wedge by Pocatello as they came down and he was able to follow that wedge down and get out to the 35, which is a good run back when he taking it from the goal line.
So for Pokey, their third possession of the night will start from their own 35. They'll start by sending 2 receivers to either side, and Downs will go back to working out of the shotgun again. With Payne standing behind him in the slot. The ball's fumbled, it's loose, and Downs able to get on it quickly.
Yeah, that was a bad snap by Pocatello and Downs. I think Downs looked up a little bit, and it hit his hands, and then he dropped it. And it was close to being recovered by Preston.
Mason Thompson was the first guy there to try to get away from Downs, but Downs was able to secure it. They end up losing 4 yards on the play, so it's 2nd down and 14. So again, it'll be the same setup. 2 receivers to either side, just Payne moves over to the other side to the left shoulder. Downs going to roll left, throwing back across his body, and it's complete as they get it out to Buhner, as Buhner up to the midfield stripe.
A great catch by Buhner as he went down on his shoelaces and caught that and brought it back up. And he was wide open. Had he been able to keep his balance, I think he could have broke it upfield.
It's a 20-yard gain, another 1st down for the Indians, for the Pocatello Indians.
And you can't call them PHS because they're both PHS.
Why did they do that?
To make our job miserable.
Why did you call them the Chiefs or something? Or the Squaws. That's not politically correct. Anyway, 1st and 10 from just over the midfield stripe at the 49. Downs wants to throw again, looking down the middle. He's got a man there, and it's dropped. Davis may have touched it on the way through as it got right into Zach Park's hands, in and out.
Yeah, Zay Davis had his left hand up right in the face of the intended receiver there. And like you say, I couldn't tell if he touched it or not, but unable to haul it in was the Pocatello receiver. I didn't catch his number. I'd give you his name.
It was 5, Zach Park.
Was it Park?
So 2nd and 10.
We need Preston Indians needs to get a turnover here somewhere soon so that we can.
Again, Downs wants to throw, looking down the middle. Now he's got to roll right, still rolling, still looking. Here comes Davis, just missed him. And coming from behind, pursuing it, making the tackle was Cole Harris, originally back to the line of scrimmage. Downs ran about 45 yards to gain nothing.
Yeah, well, actually gained about a yard, but the thing of it is like you say, he was rolling out to his right, and he had to keep coming, dodge one tackler, which was Zay Davis.
They go quickly here, 3rd and 9. That pass is short, and it's going to bring up 4th down.
Yeah, so Preston got lucky on that one as the throw was not there by Jones, not Jones, Downs.
So 4th down and long. And Downs, who was also the quarterback and the kicker, now is on the field. He'll stay out there to punt as he stands at his own 38. Isaiah Smith drops all the way back to about his own 10-yard line to receive the punt.
And it's always dangerous when you've got a quarterback that's a punter also.
Good spiral kick. It's going to hit at about the 20. Keep rolling inside the 10, down to the 8, and about the 7-yard line where it's finally going to roll dead. And that's where the Preston Indians will come back out to start their next possession. Again, back inside, deep inside their own territory with their backs up against their own goal line with 40 seconds left here in the first quarter. And Pocatello leads 12-6.
Preston's time to get out of it. This is a tough situation. Again, you can't just run it up the middle. You got to have some imagination here and run something against Pocatello that they're not ready for.
So they're going to go 2 running backs this time, put 3 receivers into the pattern, does Preston.
Pocatello shows blitz.
Just a different look. They give it to Iverson, and he's going to keep it on the ground and get across the 10 out to the 11. So he picks up 4, and it's 2nd down. And should have one more chance, one more play to run here before the quarter is over.
Iverson got the 4 yards based on a blitz there because they ran right past him.
And
Pocatello jumps off sides.
As it's Jacob Foreman, the senior, right on the nose, who jumped off sides. So that's going to move the ball forward. Be 2nd down and about 2 now for the Indians from the 16.
Ty Hyde moving forward
as
with the 1st down.
Ty puts his head down. Pocatello thinks they have the ball. And the referee comes in from the near side and says, yes, that ball was fumbled, and Pokey has it at the 19.
Well, that's not the turnover I was looking for. Dan, I was hoping that we'd get something. When I saw he had the 1st down, I thought, oh, there we go. Just go down, Ty. And he went down, but he dropped the ball first.
They stacked him up, and then they went for the ball, and they just ripped it loose. And for Hyde, the fumbles have been a problem this year for Ty as he coughs that one up. 1st and 10 again for Pocatello. Downs out of the shotgun, looking left, throwing for the fade to the corner, and it is
a touchdown.
It is caught for the touchdown. Making the catch down there was Casey Bruner, and it's a 19-yard scoring strike.
Yeah, that corner fade, I was watching Pocatello throw that corner fade, and number 31 and 21 are very good hands players, and they just caught that right in stride, right over the head of the Preston defender. Beautiful pass, beautiful catch, touchdown.
So with 2 seconds to play in the quarter, they've missed their first 2 point-after opportunities, one with a kick and one a 2-point style. And let's see what they're going to try to do this time. It's 18-6. Downs came over to the sidelines and now runs back into the huddle out on the field.
I think it's going to be something to the corner, whether wide out into the end zone or
They put 3 receivers left, and the throw underneath is off the hands of its intended receiver, and that's incomplete. And it's going to stay 18-6 as Pocatello will kick off here before we take the end of quarter timeout with 1 second left on the clock.
Just enough time to kick the ball.
So 1 turnover tonight. That costs Preston some points on the first play and makes it 18-6 before the first half comes to an end. For Preston.
First quarter.
That's first time at the first quarter. That's their 11th lost fumble of the year. So waiting for...
We need some stick-em on our hands.
Waiting for Pocatello to come back out onto the field. We'll remind you that the Westside Pirates with a huge game tonight at home against Bear Lake. And you can hear that game now online at mylocalradio.com. And coming after we're done here in Pocatello tonight, you can hear the game, a replay in its entirety here on KACH.
That's a good advantage you have to listen to that game because it'll be a good one. It should be a good one.
Adam Jones to kick. Kicks it away down the middle. It's going to come to Smith again on the far side this time to the 20. 25, finds a hole across the 35 up to the 37. Knocked out of bounds there. Pretty good starting position for the Indians when we come back. We're done with the first quarter. After 1 here in Pocatello, it's Pokey 18, Preston 6. We'll be right back with second quarter action right after this.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
Whether you go into the mountains during the fall to look for big game or use your camera for shots of nature, make sure you don't get stuck while you're there. Visit West Motor Company today and check out the wide selection of four-wheel drive vehicles we have in stock. With new Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, Ram, and Ford vehicles and loads of pre-owned four-wheel drives on the lot, you're sure to find the perfect vehicle for your backcountry adventures this year. West Motor Company in Preston and Logan. Stop in today.
WestMotorCompany.com. Imagine a world with no football. Yeah, we don't want that either. Football lives here on the Aggie Sports Network from Learfield IMG College.
The Wolves will be howling this Saturday as Nevada comes to Logan to take on the Utah State Aggies.
The pregame show is at 7 p.m. with the kickoff at 8:15.
Utah State football on KACH.
KACH.
Ready to go here in the second quarter. Ty Hyde as the teams will switch ends. Preston now moves from left to right across your radio dial. Ty wants to throw on first down. He's going to go deep to Iverson, and he's practically run over. The official reaches for his flag and then tucks it back in.
Yeah, I was
number
surprised.
one.
He wasn't looking at the ball.
Exactly.
And he was just running over as Iverson had his head turned, and he just kept running into him.
He had his hands up, running directly over him, and makes contact. That's pass interference 2 different ways, right in front of the official, and he reached for his flag and then didn't pull it. So it goes as an incomplete pass for Ty Hyde. Second down and 10. Throws underneath. It's complete as it goes to Harris. Harris gets away from one man, fumbles the ball again, and Pocatello's got it at the 44.
Yeah, Preston is just having a hard time holding on to that ball. But the thing of it is Harris had a great shot to run downfield and break something open. But Pocatello, I don't even think it was knocked out. I think he just dropped it.
So first and 10 Pokey. They already lead by a dozen, 18-6. As they'll start yet again in Preston territory as they spot the ball at the 45.
Yeah, we can't give them gifts like we've been giving them. We've given them 2 gifts now that's already spotted.
How much more of a gift do they need than not having the pass interference call and then you fumble on the next play?
All right.
Downs out of the shotgun.
Davis showing blitz. He drops back.
As Downs cuts up the middle, 30, 35, and gets forward. There's a flag behind the play back near the line of scrimmage.
That looks like holding against Pocatello.
It will be holding, and that's going to come back. That's the first flag tonight the second flag, I should say, against Pokey tonight.
Yeah, there was an out-of-bounds kick that was flagged. And an offsides. That's right.
So that'll push the ball back as the umpire goes to pick up the ball, and he'll step it off. It'll go back into Preston territory, and they'll set the ball down at the 46-yard line of Pocatello with 11:37 to play here in the second quarter. Pocatello on top, 18-6. Glad to have you with us here tonight from Holt Arena in Pocatello.
And the Holt Arena has never been really favorable for Preston. Playing here, it's always been tough, but I think this is the team that can come out and win this. We're not done by any stretch of the imagination.
First down again, 19 yards to go. 3 receivers left for Pokey. Wants to look, rolling left, now tries to throw, pulls it down, and he's going to be brought down as he gets back to near the 49-yard line. It'll be a gain of about 5 on the play for Downs, but it's still going to be well short.
Tate Rawlings was able, as he broke one tackle, Tate Rawlings was able to come from the far side and come up just as after he gained about 3 yards on the play, but nice tackle by Tate Rawlings to bring him down with no gain.
Second down and 16 as they set it down at the 49. 3 receivers left again. Single receiver right. Downs again out of the shotgun, Payne in the backfield with him. Rolling right as Harris comes up, can't get there in time. The throw is complete. It's going to be short of the first down as it's complete out here on the far side to Matt Ney.
Yeah, nice pitch and throw right there, pitch and catch, as Pocatello was able to get it almost to the line to gain, but be about 5 yards short. 3rd and 5.
It'll bring up 3rd and 5 here now, as you mentioned, for Pocatello. As Downs again comes over to the sidelines to confer with the head coach, Dave Spillett. 10:26 to play here in the second quarter. As Preston's coughed the ball up twice on fumbles. 4 receivers, 2 to either side, and the defensive lineman on the far side jumps.
Yeah, it was a jump. That was Tate Rawlings, but unable to get back. I didn't think he broke the plane, and I had a pretty good angle here, but the official, he sold himself on it when he stood up and thought, oh, why did I do that? Yeah, if he'd have just sat back down, I don't think they would have called it.
Second offside call of the night against the Preston Indians. And it's now going to bring up 3rd down and short. Call it 3rd and 1. Out of the shotgun. Downs rolling left, giving ground. Now just flings it up in the air. He's got a man there, and it's caught down to the 9.
Whoa. How did he catch that? That was right between 2 players, between Hunter Wright and Andrew Iverson. I'm surprised he came up with that ball.
But come up with it, he did. It's a first down. Actually, they'll spot it at the 14. I thought it was the 9. That's my bad. Actually, the 13-yard line. Either way, it's still a first down for Pocatello.
Yeah, they're getting all the breaks this half, that's for sure. The breaks are going their way.
On the year, Preston had been outscored in the first quarter of games, 34-21. They'd also been outscored in the second quarter, although it was closer, 64-58. So to say that they're going to be trailing so far here in the first half is not a big surprise. The big numbers we mentioned during the pregame show is that Preston has only given up a total of 20 points in the second half through 7 games. That's an average of 2.8 per game. But you have to stay within close enough distance to be able to get there.
Make it work.
As they bounce it outside, it's Jones going around the right side. Preston strings it out well, and then a trio of white-shirted Indians able to bring him down. Zay Davis was there. Also Tate Rawlings there as well.
Also, Rhett Larson was in on the play, too. So he was the 3rd man there.
4-yard gain for Jones. Second down coming up. Call it 6. As, again, Downs comes over to the sidelines to get the play and runs back into the huddle. They'll send 2 men to each side once again as Adam Jones now in the backfield. Downs, again, working out of the shotgun. Throws underneath to the 5-yard line. It's caught there, but the man catches it with his knee on the carpet, so it'll be down as soon as it's caught as the pass complete to Jackson Williams for a gain.
This is a hard spot where it's just only 1 yard to gain to get a first down. That's almost about a 70% chance here. of getting the first down or a touchdown with it right on the 5-yard line.
165-yard passing in the first half for Jaden Downs. 3rd and short. Call it 3rd and 2. As Hunter Killian in the backfield. Downs will keep it, and he's going to go in for the touchdown. 6-yard scamper by Downs extends the lead.
They've done their homework because Pocatello was just moving the ball at ease against Preston in this first half.
They're finding the gaps and finding the holes at will. 24-6. Pocatello on top. And after missing the last two-point tries, they're going to bring the kicking pad back out, and Downs will try the conventional way to try to bang this one through the uprights. Snap is high. They get the spot down. And again, he almost hits this like a John Slaughter pitching wedge that ends up in the end zone. No good.
I think it went further than my pitching wedge, though.
So 8:09 to play here in the second quarter. Pocatello on top, 24-6. The kickoff when we come back.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
At Franklin County Medical Center, their goal is to get you back in the game, back to work, and back to your normal way of life. Franklin County Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation Center has a team of therapists who specialize in providing you an individualized treatment plan, helping you reach your goals, working with doctors from all over the region to make your recovery convenient and close to home. Call today so you can stop suffering and start healing. Franklin County Medical Center, where hospitality and excellence
KACH.
Treatment plan.
So Pocatello has put the ball in the end zone 4 times here in the first half, John. But thanks to faulty kicking and faulty 2-point conversions, they only lead 24-6.
Yeah, that's still reasonable. We're not by far in any stretch of the imagination buried, but it's further. They're scoring at ease, though. That's what's frustrating. They've scored almost in all possessions. Only 1 punt so far, where we've turned the ball over and given them gifts twice now.
Here's the kickoff by Jones. It's going to come down the middle. Iverson has it on a couple of hops from his own 6, coming left and gets up to the 15 and has his feet cut out from under him, and that's where the Preston offense will come out and start. This is the 4th possession for Preston. They've started inside their own 20-yard line tonight.
Yeah, they haven't had much room. The best field position they had is when they kicked it out of bounds. We got on the 35-yard line. So their special teams, Pocatello's special teams has been doing their job, staying in their lanes and getting to the ball carrier quick.
At least the kick team is.
Yes.
The point after team is not doing quite so well. So 1st and 10 Preston from their own 15. Ty 4 of 6 in the first half so far for only 49 yards. As looks like Pocatello would jump, the officials say no. As the snap comes to Hyde, gives it to Iverson, runs into a big crowd, now bounces outside left, gets across the 20 up to the 24.
Close to a first down for the Indians as Iverson dove to the 25-yard line. It's going to be close.
Looks like it's going to be about a yard short, so give him a gain of 9, 2nd down and 1.
Not a favorable
Hyde wants to throw. Flag down in the secondary. Tide looking. Now he's going to have to pull it down, and he's going to get run out of bounds all the way back near the original line of scrimmage. What's the penalty, though? I'm guessing it's going to be defensive holding. Just a guess.
I didn't see. I was watching Ty scramble for his life.
They had a double team on whoever the receiver was out here for Preston as he was running up just outside the hash mark near the numbers as they get together.
If it's a defensive penalty, it'll be a free play for the Indians. Ineligible downfield. Oh, no. No, that's not ineligible. I don't know what that
Either way, it goes against Pocatello.
Yeah, so that'll be a 10-yard, I think.
But let's see where they spot the ball from. Is it a spot foul, which means
it'll be from the line of scrimmage.
Well, they're walking all the way out here over the 40-yard line, and they set the ball down at the 40. So whatever it was a 15-yard penalty.
Yeah, we were close to a first, weren't we? I think. That was a 15-yard penalty.
So it's 1st and 10 after the 15-yard penalty against Pocatello. And Preston has it from their own 40. 7:20 to play here in the first half. Preston trails 24-6. Hyde with the fake, rolling, flips it underneath. It's complete as it's up to the midfield stripe as they get it to Iverson for a gain of 10.
They mark it just short of the 50, where I don't think it'll be a first down. It'll be second and about a foot for the Indians.
And they're going to go quick. So again, the swarm formation, toss left, goes to Iverson, bounces it outside, has the first down, drugged down from behind as he gets up to the 45, and they're going to mark it at finally at the 42-yard line.
Yeah, Adam Jones was able to grab him by the back of the shirt or near the pants there and grab a hold of him and pull him down. Iverson is strong. I thought he'd probably carry him because he's a lot bigger than Jones.
First down for Preston. Just their 4th of the half. They empty the backfield again. 3 receivers right. Ty rolling right from behind the block. Tries to throw it underneath. And the pass is in and out of the hands of Garrett Ward and incomplete.
Yeah, Garrett didn't have his hands in position to catch that the way he wanted it. I think he wanted to turn his hand the other way, and he tried to haul it in with one hand, and it just didn't grasp.
Clock stops with 6:23 to play in the half. Don't forget, Utah State back at home tomorrow night as they will take on Nevada Reno tomorrow night. 7 o'clock pregame. They'll kick it off at 8:15.
Late game for us.
The game will be on CBS Sports Network on TV. Hyde throwing, throws deep down the far sidelines into triple coverage, and it's picked off. Coming over to make the interception was Matt Ney. And Pocatello is going to have the ball back inside the 15-yard line as they'll mark it at the 13.
Yeah, May came from nowhere. He was playing center field, and he came over. There was two defenders on who was the intended receiver? I didn't see who it was.
I think it was Harris, rather.
Or Harris. And he had 2 defenders on him, but the ball was right there, and Harris had a chance to go up and get it, but May came from nowhere, cut off, and took the ball right out of the air.
In that game the other week, which Ty had 5 interceptions in the game, he was trying to throw over the top in just a classic 2-deep defense, and they just come over and just like this last play, they come over and pick it off as the pass is thrown incomplete. As the intended receiver was Zach Tay, was behind him, but there's a penalty flag on the play.
I think an illegal procedure against Pocatello.
That was thrown late. And it will be an illegal procedure against the Pocatello Indians and push the ball back 5.
I think that'll be half the distance.
So first down will go over again as it'll take the ball inside the 10-yard line. It should, at least. They're talking to Connor Schaefer about their options here. They'll go ahead and they'll push it back. So they'll set the ball down at the 8. First down again. First down and 15 from the 8-yard line. 6:10 to play in the half.
This is Pocatello's deepest possession into their field, their side of the field on offense.
Out of the shotgun, Downs in it from his own end zone. Throws over the middle, in and out of the hands. And coming over and almost had the interception was Hunter Wright.
Hunter Wright had the chance to tip it, but he almost tipped it right back into the hands of Pocatello. So it was close, but at least we got the ball away from the intended receiver.
Second down and 15 from the 8. Clock again stops with 6:04 to play in the half. Preston's defense needs to be able to get off the field. They have not been able to do that so far tonight.
No, they've been out there a lot this evening.
Downs sends 3 receivers left, 1 right. Single setback in the backfield with him is Payne. Wants to roll right. Single receiver to that side. Throws underneath, and it's incomplete again as they tried to get it to Ney. The pass was underthrown.
Yeah, he was pressured, though. Preston had some good pressure on him right there as Ty Hyde was in his face, and so was Harris.
So third down and 15. As Downs comes back to the dugout, back to the huddle, Casey Bruner comes back into the game. As Brock Burrup leaves, heads back to the sidelines. They'll send 2 receivers each side. Nope, now they'll change as Park is going to go over and send 3 receivers to the right. Now Park is going to go in motion back to the left. That ball's on the ground, picked up by Downs. He wants to throw out here to the near side. It's caught at the 20, and he gets away, and he's loose down the sidelines. 40, 45, 50. Iverson comes over to knock him out of bounds, but he's cut off by Zay Davis instead, and it's a big gain out across midfield all the way to the 37, 38-yard line of Preston.
Pocatello's receivers, I've got to say, are doing a great job. Even in difficult catches, that ball was over his head. He went up and got it and brought it down and still made the yardage. And Preston's just not getting being able to make the big plays. The plays are not hitting for Preston, but they are for Pocatello.
It's a 55-yard pass completion. As again, they'll go single set back, man in the slot as well. 2 receivers left. As Down again sets to throw. Now he's going to run, finds some room up the middle, pulls the ball down, gets across the 30, goes across the 30 with Zay Davis on his back up to the 28.
Yeah, Zay Davis able to come from the middle linebacker position to catch him as he went up the field. So a saving tackle by Zay. Otherwise, he'd have been on the open field.
That's the 9th first down of the half for Pocatello, as we're going to get a timeout. Timeout on the field called by the Preston Indians with 4:58 to play. Back right after this.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
West Motor Company has a lifetime warranty.
Well, I guess the secret's out. West Motor in Preston and Logan is now including a no-charge, lifetime powertrain warranty on almost every vehicle we sell.
Almost every vehicle West Motor sells has a lifetime warranty, and your prices are the best around. Why would anybody go anywhere else?
I can't think of a single reason.
Lifetime warranty only at WestMotorCompany.com.
Listen for Dan Hubbard and Preston Indian Sports on KACH.
Tomorrow we'll be right back here in Pocatello, but we'll be across the freeway at Century High School tomorrow morning as the Pocatello Lady Indians start district playoff action tomorrow. They'll play Pocatello Indians in their first round match tomorrow morning at 11:30. They'll play again later that day, win or lose. So we'll have 2 matches for you tomorrow right here on KACH starting 11:30 in the morning. 1st and 10 again here for Pocatello after the timeout. Downs looking right, throwing right. It's complete as he gets it out to Park. Park sheds one would-be tackler, and Garrett Ward jumps on his back and rides him out of bounds.
Yeah, but a missed tackle by Hunter Wright, would have had him back about 4 more yards further back and no first down. But like I say, shifty runner.
So they get the ball all the way up to the 11. It's another first down. They can get another first down without scoring a touchdown. So 1st and 10 from the Preston 11. As Downs picks up now 225 yards passing here in the first half. He threw for almost that amount, 235 last week against Minico in the whole game. A little shuttle pass underneath, and Preston sniffed that out as they got it to Dawson Olson, and it's a short gain. It'll bring up 2nd down and 8.
Yeah, that shuffle pass is a good play, but Preston was right on it as they were starting to blitz on that play, and they had a middle linebacker come right over the top and stop that play. So right defense at the right time for Preston Indians.
Ty Hyde on the tackle. 2nd down and 8 as they break the 10-yard line, and they spot the ball at the 9. Again, 3 receivers right this time. Downs again out of the shotgun. Fakes a handoff, throws underneath, and it's batted down. Tallest, I should say it's Harris who got his hands on the ball.
Yeah, Cole was able to get up and get his hands in it and just knock it away. And that was a good play because he knocked it away from all players back in the backfield.
12 of 18 for 225 is Jaden Downs here in the first half unofficially.
With it being third down, they can still get a first down. They down to the 1 yard line. No, or they are off the line, I think.
Yeah, right about the 1 yard line. So 3rd and 8. Downs again out of the shotgun. Looking over the middle, swings it out. It's complete. Diving for the pylon and coming up just short. It's going to be right near the first down as it's Jackson Williams who make the catch.
Great play calling by Pocatello right now. They're spotting the ball. They're putting the ball out in the corners when we're back off playing a little bit soft, and then they run when we're showing no blitz or up the middle.
So that will be a first down. First and goal from the 1. Clock running. 3:25 to play here in the first half. 24-6. Pocatello on top of the Preston Indians. They're going to load up the backfield. Single receiver, he's out to the right, but they have 2 men in the slot on the left side. As Downs is going to run straight forward, he'll make it hardly touched as he puts his head down and gets in from 1 yard out.
Yeah, that's, again, a good play call. They just went student body to the right side and right through the middle. Easy 1 yard play.
So Jaden Downs with his second touchdown of the game. A 6 yard run and now a 1 yard run.
Either Pocatello has done their homework to show their offense against our defense, or our defense is lacking just a little bit.
I'd say you're right on both cases. So they're going to go for 2 again. They'll send 2 receivers to either side. Payne in the backfield with Downs. Downs wants to throw. Looking, going to lob it for the corner, and it's going to be knocked down, and it'll be incomplete yet again.
Knocked down.
Another point after fails for the Pocatello Indians, and it's 30-6 with 3:09 to play here in the first half. Take a timeout, come back with more first half action right after this.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
Qualifications and rules apply. See institution for details.
So I'm a typical banking customer.
And I'm a nearby ATM.
And I'm taking $20 out of my account.
And I'll process that $20 and take back $4.
Why do machines designed to give us money end up taking it right back? Introducing Kasasa, the free account that pays refunds on ATM fees and a lot more. To find a free Kasasa checking account near you, search KASASA.
Ask for free Kasasa checking at Advantage Plus Federal Credit Union. Federally insured by the NCU.
KACH.
The free account that pays.
Well, the Indians will receive now with 3:09 to play. They trail 30-6 here in the first half. As Jaden Downs has simply just picked them apart here in the first 2 quarters. As that ball's going to roll out of bounds on the kickoff by Jones. As it'll be out of bounds, they'll mark it out of bounds at the 12, but the Preston offense will take the ball at the 35. So Preston needs to get some offense going. Hyde, who has thrown an interception, they fumbled the ball twice. He is 5 of 8 for only 59 yards here in the first half. But then again, when they start to move the ball, they cough it up.
Yeah, that's the thing, is the turnovers is what's killing us, and it will in any game. And we know that. I'm sure we'll find out at halftime what adjustments they make, but we're going to have to make something because we're down 24 points already.
Trips right, Twins left. Hyde trying to find some room to throw and trips over a man and goes down.
He tried to. There was a block by Rhett Larson, but he came up behind Larson and tripped over his back foot and put him down. So Pocatello gets credited with a sack.
It'll be a loss of 6 all the way back to the Preston 29. Clock running, 2:39 to play in the half. Again, they'll send 3 receivers to the right. Little screen underneath goes to Harris. Harris makes the catch. Flag down behind the play. Cole out to the 45, gets up to the 46, so he steps out of bounds But what is the penalty flag?
I don't know. This official over here, he's flag happy. He's called some things clear away from the play. I don't understand what the call could be.
Well, it's all the way back near the line of scrimmage, as it will be an illegal man downfield on a screen pass. So somebody got too good of a break off the line and was more than 3 yards downfield before Harris caught the ball.
Yeah. Well, Ty Hyde did have to run a little bit. He had to get out of his original throw position. But, yeah, whether the lineman thought the ball might have been thrown, I don't know.
So the illegal man downfield penalty pushes the ball back 5 more. As it'll bring up 2nd down and 16 here for the Indians. Actually, it's more than that. It's 2nd down and 21. As they mark the ball at the 24-yard line. And Preston needs to get all the way out to the 45 for the 1st down.
Yeah, so it'll be 1st and 2nd and 20.
Should be 19. 21, rather, I should say. Because they lost a yard in the 1st down play.
That's right.
So here we go, 2nd and 21. Ty wants to throw, stepping up. Now he's going to run with it. Gets up to the 30, makes a move, dives forward across the 35 to the 36. So he gets back near the original line of scrimmage, and it's going to be 3rd down and 9 coming up.
Yeah, that was a good run by Ty. Positive 11 yards there. But if he was just a little bit faster, he had some wide open room there.
Clock continues to roll. 2:05 to play here in the half. Pocatello leading by 24, 30-26. This easily is the most lopsided half that Preston has played this year as we move toward the halftime break. Ty looking, throwing, throws underneath. It goes to Iverson. Puts his head down, gets across midfield up to the 48-yard line.
Gain of about 18 for Iverson on a pitch and catch out on the left side. So that'll make it 1st down, and long way to go for a touchdown, though.
So another 1st down. That's only their 5th of the half. Hyde wants to throw underneath, goes to Ward. Garrett has it, sidesteps a man, gets out to the 35-yard line. That'll be a gain of 12 and another 1st down.
Yeah, that was a good run by Ward as he tucked it in that time. He was not coughing that ball up as he ducked in and good pitch and catch there.
So they move the chains. Clock continues to move down to 1:15 left in the half. As Ty stands looking over to the sidelines to try to get a play. Clock continues to run. They haven't used maybe one timeout the whole half. They have 2 left, and they're just letting the clock run. They wasted 15 seconds letting the clock move. Ty fakes right, wants to go left, deep toward the corner, and into double coverage, and it is incomplete, they say.
Oh, that was a good attempt, a great attempt by, is it Gordon Knapp down there?
Looks like it.
Yeah, of Gordon Knapp, great attempt, but he just, as he went down with the ball, it came loose. That would have been 6.
Well, Knapp had one-on-one coverage. The safety came over late, but Gordon just not able to hang on to it. Clock stops with 50 seconds to go in the half. We'll remind you that the Ralph Construction halftime report comes up after the 1st half is complete here. 3 receivers right for Preston. Hyde rolls right, throws underneath. It's complete as it's to Garrett Ward. Ward gets across the 25 up to the 24. And now Eric Thorson wants a timeout this time. They'll stop the clock with 37 seconds to play after the 9-yard gain.
Kind of play we're going to draw up here. We need a big play here from the Indians with 3rd down and inches. 3rd down about a foot.
Yep.
We're not getting very good. The ball spotted very well for us tonight in Pocatello. is getting some tremendous spots, it looks like.
Well, I think if you ask the Preston coaching staff, although they're not going to tell you straight out, I think they have some questions about the officiating so far here on the night.
Yeah, it's just little things. Probably something, could go either way, but they've definitely favored the Pocatello Indians.
3rd down and 1, a short one here for Preston. 37 seconds left here in the half. Such a diametrically opposite where they scored 35 points last week in the first half. Ty out of the shotgun, rolls left, still rolling, that throws back across his body, and it is a touchdown. It goes in and out of the hands of Casey Bruner, and it's caught for the touchdown by Alex Smith. Isaiah Smith,
as he was able, it was a reflection as he popped the ball up, went forward, and Isaiah was on his back actually when he caught the ball.
So a 24-yard touchdown pass from Hyde to Smith. Preston cuts into that lead a little bit. It's 30-12. As Preston now will go for 2 as well. Single receiver to each side, a man in the slot on each side, and Iverson the lone setback. Fake to Iverson, rolling underneath. Hyde will throw underneath, and it's well over the head of Isaiah Smith, and the point after fails. 30-12 is the score with 28 seconds to go before halftime, and we'll keep it here.
Neither team able to score the extra points, or whether it be a kicking extra point or a 2-point conversion. Both teams, there's been, 5, 6, 7 touchdowns and no extra points.
Yep. So if it comes down to a kicking game tonight, the winner is going to be Las Vegas.
So true.
So Isaiah Smith will tee it up at his own 40 and kick it back to Pocatello with inside 30 seconds to play in the half. 2 men back deep for the Pokey Indians, standing inside their own 5-yard line as Isaiah will put a toe to it, kick it away straight down the middle as it's going to come down over on the far side, as bringing it back is Ney. Ney is brought down right at his own 20 as coming over to make the stop.
Lincoln Bradford on the tackle.
So 1st and 10, Pocatello with 23 seconds to play here in the half. As the officials getting together, was a flag on the play?
I didn't
Must have
see
been.
one.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, the back judge is picking it up right now.
It'll be an illegal hands call against Pocatello, so that's going to push them back even farther.
That should be a 10-yard penalty.
As they set it down at the 10-yard line. That hasn't stopped Pocatello so far tonight.
Nope.
They've started a couple of drives already from that deep in their own territory.
And like I say, their big plays are working for them tonight. They're deep downfield, couple big plays. Preston hasn't had them tonight.
So 1st and 10, they hand it off as that goes to Payne. Payne is stacked up as he gets to the line of scrimmage, and then throw back as Zay Davis meets him as he tries to get through the hole, and that's probably will be the last play of the first half.
Yeah, Zay Davis bulldogged him down as he grabbed him by the shoulder pads and brought him down.
Nope, hold on. Preston uses their last timeout with 11 seconds to play. So they use the timeout here instead of calling it earlier and let 15 seconds roll off the clock when they still had the ball. So an interesting first half here for the Indians. Just about everything they've tried really hasn't worked too well. Ty has been questionable in the passing game so far here in the first half. He's thrown the ball 12 times. He's completed 8 for 97 yards. Iverson's run the ball 6 times for 27. And Preston's turned the ball over 3 times in the first half.
That's the killer right there, the turnovers. 3 turnovers, and they're 3 scores ahead.
2nd down and 10. 11 seconds left here in the half. It looks like they'll just take a knee, which they will, as Downs takes the shotgun snap, goes down to a knee.
And the clock didn't start.
And now they start the clock, and now it's going to roll, and that's the way the first half will end. So a lot of touchdowns put on the board, and Pocatello leads as we go to the halftime break, 30-12. Stay with us. The Ralph Construction halftime report is coming up next.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
The Preston Lady Indians wrapped up their regular season this week and head into the regional tournament this Saturday. They'll hit the road as they'll be at Century High School for a pair of matches. In the first match, they'll face the Pocatello Indians at 11:30 in the morning. The second match will come shortly thereafter against an opponent yet to be determined. Follow all the action this Saturday on 105.5 FM and AM 1340 KACH and online at mylocalradio.com. Are you looking for a different kind of spot for lunch, dinner, or to do catering for your next event? Then try the Island Bowl Grill inside Poppin' Pins right here in Preston. At Island Bowl Grill, they have the best Hawaiian fare in the area. The combination of teriyaki and Korean influences can only be described in one way: mouth-watering. Offering 3 different catering options, Island Bowl Grill can host your next party in-house at Poppin' Pins Bowling Center. You can pick up for takeout, or they can come right to your house and prepare the food on site for your next party. What could be easier? Go to poppinpins.com for more information on Island Bowl Grill, or call 208-425-6128. Poppin' Pins Bowling Center, 411 South US Highway 91 in Preston.
If you're doing some cleanup work around the yard, the house, the garage, or the farm, remember, you can turn scrap metal into cash when you take that metal to Idaho Salvage and Metal in Preston. They pay top dollar for aluminum cans, aluminum window and door frames, brass and steel. They take junk cars and trucks, farm equipment, and industrial gear. So rather than taking that stuff to the landfill, park it on the scales at Idaho Salvage and Metal on West Oneida in Preston.
It's always refreshing to shop where you know you're appreciated. It's even better when you can get everything you need, quality parts at fair prices. The team at Preston Auto Parts CarQuest appreciate every customer. They work hard to make sure that you have the right part the first time, on time. Whether it's motorcycles, farm and ranch, lawn and garden, or car and truck parts, you can always get it all at Preston Auto Parts CarQuest. Stop in today at 17 South State Street in Preston.
The halftime report is brought to you by Ralph's Construction. More and more people are moving to the Preston area to live and retire. Since 1978, Ralph Construction's been building custom homes in the Blue Sage Park community, the only 55-year-old plus community in the city of Preston. Come see the downsized, no-hassle lifestyle that Blue Sage Park offers. Ralph Construction will build to your custom specifications, or you can choose one of their existing floor plans. They're just starting phase 2, so there's plenty of great lots still available. Ralph Construction. Call for more information, 435-232-1837. Lawn care and snow removal included. Blue Sage Park by Ralph Construction, 435-232-1837.
KACH.
Starting phase 2, so there's plenty of great.
Welcome back here to the Ralph Construction halftime report here from Holt Arena in Pocatello in the first half. And you want to say it's been all Pocatello here in the first half, but not necessarily true. But the Pokie Indians do lead 30-12 after the first half of play.
Yeah, there's Pocatello, I think, is running on all cylinders right now. I think their defense is standing up and doing a great job. Their offense is executing. And as I mentioned just before halftime, they're getting the big plays. They're getting the 25, 35, 40 yards downfield on certain plays. Preston has only had one big play that I can remember. And so in order to get back in this game, our defense is going to have to step up, and we're going to have to start executing on offense.
They have, by my count, 6 plays of 20 yards or greater in the first half, they being Pocatello.
Right.
So it has been as much as not necessarily what Preston has done wrong, although they turned the ball over 3 times in the first half. It's what Pocatello certainly has done right.
Taking advantage of those turnovers. They've scored on the first 2 turnovers they scored. The second one they did not, or the third one they did not, but that's the thing is they are executing on and capitalizing on the turnovers.
Yep, and Offense has been sparse. They've done a good job bottling up Iverson on the run. He has 6 carries for a total of 27 yards in the first half, and Ty 8 for 12 for 97 yards.
Yeah, and so that's where we got to go. We got to start looking for Harris and Ward and a few others, but they're throwing to him. He's throwing to him. They're just not catching the ball. Pocatello, they have made some fantastic catches. Their receivers have gone up and brought the ball down. We haven't been able to hang on to it.
It's a little bit of an extended halftime break being senior night here tonight. So we're going to take a timeout. We had an interview we didn't get to play for you during our pregame show. That's with Cole Harris. We'll take a 2-minute timeout. We'll come back and we'll bring you that interview with Cole when we come back right after this.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
In Franklin County, they know it's what's on the inside that really matters. That's why they offer advanced radiology and imaging using the latest in technology, performing x-rays, CAT scans, MRIs, nuclear testing, ultrasounds, mammography, and much more, right in Preston, Idaho. With short wait times and a highly skilled staff available around the clock, they'll help you reach a diagnosis quicker. Make sure your doctor knows you want to save time and money closer to home. Let them be the next to take your picture. Franklin County Medical Center, where hospitality and excellence meet.
It's the end of a long day and your feet are tired, or are you running behind schedule? But you need milk and eggs. You don't want to have to walk clear to the back of the store to get a gallon of milk and a dozen eggs. I suspect we all can relate to both of those stories. The great news is that this problem has been solved by Stokes Market in Preston with a recently installed new cold case right near the front door. If you just need a gallon of milk or some eggs, you can find them right inside the front door. Visit Stokes Market today in Preston.
Webb Funeral Home, established in Preston in 1925, has served the needs of Franklin County families and their neighbors for several generations. Now in their modern new full-service facilities just off Highway 91 south of Preston, Webb Funeral Home continues to offer caring and professional services to all residents of the area in their time of need. Funeral directors Douglas Webb, Ron Smaley, and Jordan Webb, along with aftercare specialist Jody Rasmussen, thank you for your trust in them and welcome your questions and concerns anytime. A message from your friends at Webb Funeral Home.
Interviews, highlights, and analysis with the best in the business. Here we go. Others can talk about the game. Only one source can deliver the goods. And it can only be found right here on the Coach Gary Anderson Show on the Aggie Sports Network from Learfield IMG College.
The Coach Gary Anderson Show, live from Wingers in Logan, Thursday nights at 6 on FM 105.5 and AM 1340 KACH.
KACH.
This is Preston Indians Game Day as we count you down to kickoff. Indians and the Pocatello Indians coming up from the Mini Dome in Pocatello. Want to spend just a couple of minutes with someone we haven't had a chance to talk to yet this season, who all of a sudden, as a junior in his first year on the varsity team, becomes a very big piece of the varsity program. Of course, we're talking about wide receiver Cole Harris. First of all, Cole, congratulations. That was a big win last week on homecoming against Burley.
Yeah, it was. Thank you.
So it was nice to finally have a game where you could get out to a lead and not be able to have to really crunch things in the third and fourth quarter to come back and win, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think it was a big momentum shifter for us to be able to score early. It's something we've been struggling with all year, and it felt good to finally get that down, and hopefully we'll be able to do it against Pokey.
3 touchdowns for you in the game. And I think you have 7 now on the year. You're kind of Ty's favorite target now all of a sudden.
Yeah, perks of being a relative.
You're his cousin, correct?
Yeah.
Did you guys grow up playing catch and things when you were younger? Is it where this becomes now a little bit more natural for you guys?
Oh yeah. Every family reunion would always play football, basketball. We were really close growing up, and I think that helps on the field.
I guess it would be. We've got a little bit more natural chemistry.
Oh yeah, for sure.
What is it that makes for a good wide receiver like you are? You stepped up to varsity here for the first year, and you seem like you've fallen right into it.
Thank you. And I think to be a good wide receiver helps to be fast, but not always. I think the main thing is just footwork. That's what helps me out the most, is just knowing the routes and which way would get the corner's feet to turn, so I'll be able to beat him out, because I'm not the fastest kid, definitely.
But that's kind of a hidden talent to set up a cornerback like that, to be able to make your move when you need to.
Yeah, it's definitely a learned experience. I learned a lot over the summer from Scott and Garrett and all the receivers here helping me out.
Now that unfortunately that Scott's out, your role becomes a little bit more vital.
Well, we all need to step up due to Scotty's injury. Hopefully I'll be able to help out more. I'm going to try my best to.
That's all you can do. Every day is go out there and do your best, right?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Absolutely. Well, we appreciate your few minutes of your time, and best of luck here against Pocatello.
Thank you. We'll go out there and try and win.
That's Cole Harris from the Preston Indians, wide receiver, and a great young man as well. We'll take a timeout. When we come back, we'll look at scores from last week's and other games around the Great Basin 10 coming up tonight. We'll do all that as we continue on the pregame show right after this.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
More and more people are moving to the Preston area to live and retire. Since 1978, Ralph Construction has been building custom homes in the Blue Sage Park community, the only 55-year-old plus community in the city of Preston. Come see the downsized, no-hassle lifestyle that Blue Sage Park offers. Ralph Construction will build to your custom specifications, or you can choose one of their existing floor plans. They're just starting phase 2, so there's plenty of great lots still available. Ralph Construction. Call for more information, 435-232-1837. Lawn care and snow removal included. Blue Sage Park by Ralph Construction, 435-232-1837.
This time of year, the weather can change quickly. That means the road conditions change quickly too. If you usually feel stressed when you're driving as the weather changes, it might be because you don't have the right tires for the road conditions. Let West Motor Company help you choose the tires that will meet your needs. Take the stress out of your winter driving with a set of 4 new tires. Visit any of our dealerships in Preston or Logan today. West Motor Company, we do tires.
Behind every project is a True Value. At Stokes Market and True Value in Preston, whether you need hardware, dog food, tools, batteries, plumbing supplies, paint, or cleaning products, you'll find them all. Plus a whole lot more at Stokes Market and True Value. With a large inventory, you'll find all the big name brands you trust and low prices every time you visit. So whether you're just starting or you're in the middle of a project, stop in today and visit our friendly, knowledgeable staff. Stokes Market and True Value, 217 South State Street, Preston.
If you're doing some cleanup work around the yard, the house, the garage, or the farm, remember, you can turn scrap metal into cash when you take that metal to Idaho Salvage and Metal in Preston. They pay top dollar for aluminum cans, aluminum window and door frames, brass and steel. They take junk cars and trucks, farm equipment, and industrial gear. So rather than taking that stuff to the landfill, park it on the scales at Idaho Salvage and Metal on West Oneida in Preston.
From sunup to sundown, we spend our time on the dairy, caring for cows and producing milk. And we also love being part of our tight-knit communities, being advocates for the kids in our schools, and being providers of safe, nutritious food for families around here and around the world. As your local dairy producers, we are more than farmers. We are Dairy West.
Across the FM airwaves, we're heard at 105.5. On the far-reaching AM dial, we're at 1340. And on the internet at mylocalradio.com. Wherever you find us, we are KACH, Preston, Smithfield, Logan.
Look at the halftime stats. First for the Preston Indians, Ty Hyde, 8 of 12 passing for a total of 97 yards. Andrew Iverson carried the ball 6 times in the first half for 27. It comes out to a total offense in the first half for the Preston Indians of 133 yards, and they had 7 first downs. For Pocatello, Jordan Davis was 13 of 19 for 232 yards passing in the first half. Zach Park carried the ball once for 6 yards. Downs carried the ball 4 times for a total of 18. Payne, 1 carry for 1 yard, as Jones carried the ball twice for a total of 6 yards. Ryan Payne, 2 catches for 94 yards in the first half. Jason Williams, 3 catches for 30. 257 yards of total offense in the first half for Pocatello, and 11 first downs here in the first half as well. 30 seconds, John. What do you surmise going into the second half?
Well, the submission is this: Preston has to come out. They have to revert back to last week, how they felt, the feeling of moving the ball, feeling the confidence that they had last week. Yes, Pocatello's a better defense, a little better defensive team. They're a better offensive team, but defense needs to step up. They need the old defensive line needs to rush. They need to blitz a little more. They can't give Downs more time to pass. He's throwing quick, but I think our defense is playing a little bit soft. They've got to come up and play in tight, bump them off the line, and stop them from them quick passes because they're getting downfield. They're gaining 20, 30, 40 yards in some of their pass plays. And, basically they're doing it in the air for the most part.
Second half kickoff coming up right after this.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
Whether you go into the mountains during the fall to look for big game or use your camera for shots of nature, make sure you don't get stuck while you're there. Visit West Motor Company today and check out the wide selection of four-wheel drive vehicles we have in stock. With new Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, Ram, and Ford vehicles and loads of pre-owned four-wheel drives on the lot, you're sure to find the perfect vehicle for your backcountry adventures this year. West Motor Company in Preston and Logan. Stop in today.
WestMotorCompany.com.
Imagine a world with no football. Yeah, we don't want that either. Football lives here on the Aggie Sports Network from Learfield IMG College.
The Wolves will be howling this Saturday as Nevada comes to Logan to take on the Utah State Aggies.
The pregame show is at 7 p.m. with the kickoff at 8:15.
Utah State football on KACH.
KACH. KACH.
Don't forget Utah State football coming up
in Franklin County. They know what's on the inside.
I should say
that
tomorrow.
Really
I should
matters.
say. Not
That's why they
week.
offer advanced radiology and imaging using the latest in technology, performing X-rays, CAT scans, MRIs, nuclear testing, ultrasounds, mammography, and much more. Right in Preston, Idaho, with short wait times and a highly skilled staff available.
So to bring the teams back out, Preston will receive the second half kickoff. Our Aggie Game Day coverage starts tomorrow night at 7 p.m. live from Maverick Stadium. Scott Gerard, the pregame show. Then the kickoff comes about 8:15 tomorrow night with the Wolfpack from Nevada Reno in town. In a very important game for the Aggies after the day off and the loss on the road against LSU.
Yeah, that was a big game against LSU, but we'll get back on track tomorrow against Nevada Reno.
So here we go, second half set to get underway here from Holt Arena as Preston will be going from left to right across your radio dial here in the third quarter. A short kick, bounces behind Smith. Iverson comes and picks it up at the 15, breaks it out to the 20, still on his feet, hit and gets up to the 25 as the first man to really hit him was Hunter Killian, number 19.
Yeah, that could have been disastrous as the ball bounced actually on a bad hop towards Isaiah Smith, and Iverson was able to pick it up and still gain 15 yards off the pickup.
So first and 10 Preston from the 25 as they'll get ready to go back to work here. And I guess the silver lining would be the defensive adjustments that Preston is able to make in the second half all year long. We'll remind you that the 7 games played so far this year, Preston has allowed only 20 points total in the second half of those games. Ty rolling, flips it out, has Iverson to the 30, sidesteps a man up to the 35, falls forward about the 38.
And good for a first down as on a 13-yard quick pitch out to Iverson just over. It was almost like a screen setup, but Iverson was all by himself as Ty Hyde just flipped it over the defensive head and right into the arms of Andrew Iverson.
First and 10 from the 38-yard line. 3 receivers right for the Indians. Ty rolling right, throws underneath, has a man complete. It's up to the 45-yard line. That's complete to Garrett Ward, and a gain of about 7 yards.
Okay, Ty Hyde still is not getting the time he needs to get that ball downfield. Pocatello still rushing. That time they brought about 5 men towards him, but Garrett was open.
Second and 3, hand off to Iverson. Straight ahead, gets across midfield and dives over a man, gets up to almost the 48. That'll be another first down.
48 of Preston. And again, Iverson able to find the hole there, the offensive line making that move, making that adjustment and opening that hole on the right side.
So a couple of quick first downs for the Preston Indians. They'll go back to Iverson again. Pushes the pile forward, gets across the 45 up to the 44-yard line. That'll be a gain of 4 more for Andrew.
Yeah, I think you're gonna see him being the workhorse, the brunt of the plays right now, because they are moving the ball well. They have thrown a couple quick passes to the receivers, Garrett Ward, and I think he's the only one that's made a reception this half.
The other 13-yard pass was to Iverson.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
3 receivers left. Ty looking left, throws underneath, tries to go to Smith, and it's there on a bounce, and that's incomplete.
Yeah, Isaiah couldn't get down there and get it picked up. It hit his hands, but then he dropped it, wasn't able to secure the pass.
So bring up 3rd and 6 from the Pocatello 44. As they'll send twins to each side. Iverson will stand on the left hip of Hyde. Now he'll jump back over to the right side again. 10-10 to play here in the 3rd quarter. Throw underneath. And that's short again to Isaiah, and once again incomplete, and bring up 4th down.
Yeah, Ty Hyde's not able to get this footing set just right to get that throw, and he's thrown the ball down towards the feet of the intended receivers when he could get it up because they're not being pressed that hard off the line. Those quick passes have got to be up just a little bit higher, but he's got to get that right foot back.
You're kind of in no man's land, too short to punt, so they'll go for it on 4th and 8 as they go deep, and it's knocked away as they try to get it to Knapp, and they'll take Pocatello will take over on downs at their own 44-yard line.
Yeah, Jaden Downs, the quarterback, was actually on defense that time out on the corner, and he made the perfect play to jump up and knock the ball away from, which would have been 6 for Preston had he not have been able to tap that ball away.
So they roll the dice on 4th down, come up empty.
Good field position for Pocatello as they start at their own 44-yard line.
So here we go. Pocatello offense back out onto the field. They send 2 receivers to each side. Downs out of the shotgun. Looking right, throwing quickly underneath. It's complete as across midfield and diving forward with the reception was Jackson Williams.
And there's that quick pass out again as Preston's defense they're a good 7 yards off the line, letting the receivers drop out 5 and cut out. That's giving them time to get that quick throw out for a gain of 6-7 yards.
It's an 8-yard gain, second down and two coming up here.
Yeah, once the catch and then falls forward, you're going to get 8 yards out of it. They've got to come up and bump them. They've got to play them just a little bit tighter. They're a better defense than what they're showing so far.
Again, they'll send 2 receivers to either side. Lone setback with him in the backfield. This time it's Jones in the backfield as Downs will keep it. Downs picks up the first down, gets across the 45 up to the 44-yard line. That'll be a gain of 4 yards and another first down. Garrett Ward gets him around the ankles and able to drag him down. But it's a first down as they're inside Preston territory at the 44-yard line. Just underway here in quarter number 3. Pocatello 30, Preston 12. As Preston defense has had a very difficult time getting off the field in the first half.
Yeah, and normally the other teams have been able to wear Pocatello down, in the second half. But they're still capitalizing on Preston.
Downs again wants to run, sidesteps a couple of players, dives forward just short of the 40-yard line. That'll be a gain of 4 more yards for the Pocatello quarterback.
Now I'm expecting a deep pass here from Pocatello out to number 31 or possibly even number 5. But they've been going short, run, deep. So
they're trying to suck the safeties back in.
Right.
And that way they can go over the top. As they'll line up with 2 running backs in the backfield this time, 3 receivers, twins to the right. They put a man in motion, that's Park, out to the right, and whistles at the snap.
Two men in motion, so illegal procedure.
Illegal procedure against Pocatello. That'll move the ball back 5. That's only the 3rd flag tonight against Pokey for a total of 20 yards. So it's still 2nd down. They push the ball back 5, so it's 2nd and 11 as the ball sits right at the Preston 45-yard line. Clock runs with 7:30 to play here in the 3rd quarter tonight from Holt Arena. Next week, the Preston Indians will wrap up their 2019 regular season. They'll be on the road again as they'll be at Snake River next week. John and I will have the call for you with the pregame show starting at 6 o'clock and kick the game off at 7. A little inside pitch play as that goes to Park. Park gets up across the 40 to the 39, but he's still going to be short of the 1st down.
It's kind of like a shuffle pass, but it hits the ball snap back to quarterback, and he just hits the man in motion right in front of him, and boom, just a quick pitch out. He didn't even have time to grip the threads.
It's almost like just a chest pass in basketball.
Yeah, right.
3rd and 5 coming up here for Pocatello from the Preston 39.
Here comes the deep one.
2 receivers to either side. Lone setback is Payne in the backfield. Out of the shotgun, Downs looking, throws over the middle. He throws too tall as he tried to get the ball underneath to Jones.
Yeah, Jones cut from the right side into the middle, which has been successful for Downs all night long. I mean, he's been throwing that pass over the middle successfully. That's one of the first incompletions over the middle we've seen.
4th and 5 from the 39, and they're going to bring out the punter. The punter, of course, is Jaden Downs, the quarterback.
Always dangerous.
As this ball right about the 40. Of course, this just smells like a potential fake.
Yeah.
As Downs will hit it from about midfield, and he is going to go ahead and kick it. Line drive kick as Iverson fields at the 6 for some reason, and he gets away from one man, gets to the 10, 15 up the sidelines, 20, 25, still on his feet, 30, falls forward across the 35 up to the 37. Nice return, even though a questionable catch of the ball back at his own 6-yard line.
Exactly. That is just pure sure adrenaline and desire on Iverson's part. I mean, it looked like he was going to be put down there at the 5-yard line, and he broke a couple of tackles and ran up the right side up to the 35. Great run by Iverson. Gutsy.
Yes, he most certainly was. 1st and 10, Preston, as they start at the 36. Isaiah Smith in motion. Give it to Iverson. Gets across the 40. Falls forward. Ball on the ground again. Up at just short of the 45. Who's got it? Pocatello.
Unbelievable. And that was a great call. It was a draw play, a fake to that man in motion up the field, and a delay to Andrew going up the field. He had it until it started going down, and then he had the 1st down too. And we dropped the ball.
3rd fumble of the night, 4th turnover against the Indians. Yeah, we talked about the predictions in the paper here in the Southern Idaho Journal, or the Idaho
Journal.
The Journal. Their capsule about this game. The one thing they did point out was that Preston turns the ball over a lot. 1st down, they're going right down the middle, and it's caught, and it's going to go for the touchdown. No, brought down at the 1-yard line is Zach Park.
Zach Park able to catch up with him, but there's that big play. I knew 5 and 31 was going to go down there, and it was going to be a long one sooner or later here. I've been waiting for it because they did. They brought up the safety looking for the run, and they go deep.
So on the first play after the turnover, the perfect time to try the long play to try to get something happening on offense. There's a 43-yard gain.
The big plays will kill you.
3 receivers right as Downs is going to keep it himself. Tippy toes in, touchdown from 1 yard out, his 3rd of the game.
Yeah, it's really tough with that 1 yard play from there because Pocatello's front line is just really doing their job and making the holes for Downs and and Jones to get to the, making that 1 yard play. That's very dangerous for territory for the Preston Indians.
So 4 turnovers tonight for Preston, each of them resulting in a touchdown. As it's now 36-12. And let's see how Pocatello wants to go about this one. Trying to pick up the go for the extra point here this time.
And with a 24-point lead, that's exactly 4 touchdowns and 4 turnovers.
As they will go for 2 here yet again. Downs out of the shotgun. Coming left, pitches it left, throws it at the feet of the running back there with him, Payne, as Preston able to cover it. As Downs almost looked like he knew that wasn't going to go anywhere. He just spiked it right at Payne's feet just to kill the play.
Yeah.
5:21 to play here in the quarter. It's 36-12. Pokey on top. Back at the kickoff after this.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
Welcome to West Motor Ford. We love happy customers. With multiple financing options, it's easy to drive your new vehicle home. We offer a full line of new Fords and a constantly changing pre-owned vehicle inventory. Our service department is top-notch with technicians trained for everything from routine maintenance to major repairs. With a large selection of parts and accessories, including tires, we've got you covered. So come in and let us turn up your happy meter. Visit West Motor Ford in Preston today.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
Well, Pocatello will kick it back to Preston with 5:21 to play here in the quarter, as they now lead by 24 tonight. Here's the kickoff down the middle. This is going to come to Iverson at the 15, 20, 30. Still on his feet, cross the 35 up to the 36-yard line.
Yeah, good run by Iverson as he took it right up the middle, had a good wedge going up the middle, but Pocatello closed it as soon as they could at the 36.
So 1st and 10 Preston as they come back out onto the field. Not only needing points, but also need to figure out how to hang on to the ball.
Right, need to stick them.
1 interception and 3 fumbles tonight for their 4 turnovers. As 2 receivers to each side, snap to Hyde, throws it outside. It's complete.
Smith
putting his head down, getting it up near the 45, as that is Isaiah Smith. Yes, it is. Getting up off as he was chased out of bounds. They're going to mark it out of bounds at the 45-yard line.
It was really a pretty good run after the catch for Isaiah.
That'll be a gain of 8 on the play. Handoff, Iverson straight ahead. Gets near the midfield stripe. They're going to mark him just short at the 48, but it'll be good enough for a first down.
Zay Davis on a lead block on that one. Gave him the extra yardage that he needed for the first down.
Again, going quick as Hyde rolling left, pump fake, gets around the corner, still on his feet, puts his head down as grabbing a hold of him and throwing him out of bounds was Dalton Parslow.
Don't want to see this. Ty's rolling around on the ground down there.
Because Parslow took him by the shoulders and spiked him as Ty's slow to get up. Not only was he out of bounds, and as Coach Thorson is standing right there right next to the official, said the play was right in front of you. He's on the sideline out of bounds, and Parslow threw him down. Again, another penalty right in front of the officials that they miss. Hand off to Davis, straight ahead, gets across the 30 up to the 27-yard line.
Great.
Another first down.
Yeah, great run by Zay Davis as he got some blocking up that time. It looks like Preston's showing a little bit of urgency right now. And they're going to
get timeout or flag. Let's see what part of the snap. As the play up to the 26-yard line, run by Davis. And a penalty here against Pocatello, illegal substitution.
Yeah, illegal substitution. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off
there. No, it's
all
right. And what that means is they put an extra man on the field who took a position because Preston was in the hurry up.
Right.
And the other man never came off.
Well, Preston didn't substitute. They hurried up, and you cannot substitute if the offense doesn't give you a chance.
Davis again coming right. Makes a move, flag down again as Davis gets across the 15 ahead to the 12. Again, let's see what the flag is this time.
Looks like a hold against Preston.
It's thrown right at Inglet and Ward, and they're right there together. As this will be a holding penalty against the Preston Indians, and this is going to come back. 10 yards from the spot of the foul. They're going to call it a block in the back officially, as they'll put the ball down at the 27-yard line. It'll be repeat first down. It'll be 1st and 11 here for Preston. 5th flag of the night against the Preston Indians. So here we go, 1st and 11. Davis in the backfield for Iversons. Carried the ball a couple of times and done pretty well. Ty rolling left, wants to throw.
Run it, Ty.
Still now pulls it down, gets across the 20, head down, dives forward to about the 17. It's going to be just short of the first down, I believe.
Yeah, it gained back the yardage that they'd lost. So they reset the change, and they got a gain of about 9 on that run. He tried to stop and look for a receiver downfield, but he decided to run it.
2nd down and short. Ty under center this time. See if he just tries to just go forward. Nope, he's going to give it to Davis, as Zay is going to go forward and have the first down, still on his feet, and struggles forward up near the 12.
Yeah, Zay Davis had a tight hold on that ball as they tried to strip it from him.
Absolutely.
But he bulled his way forward for about an extra 4 or 5 more yards. Good strong run by Davis.
So Preston into the red zone tonight. I think that's just the 2nd time tonight.
Yeah, other than their 2 touchdowns, yeah.
So single receiver to either side, man in the slot to each side. Davis in the I formation. Hyde has it, swings it out to the right side to Davis, and Davis is going to go in, touchdown.
Yeah, that was a great play because they have not seen Davis out on for a pass yet. He's been bulled straight up the middle every time. This time he broke through the line, broke out to the left side, wide open, no man near him. So great play, great call by the coaches using Zay Davis in that manner.
So Hyde to Davis for 12 yards and the touchdown, makes it 36-18. Now let's see what Preston can do on the point after. They will go for 2 here as well.
These 2 points could mean a lot for Preston on a
give fumble. It to Davis, fumble, and so it doesn't matter as the 2-point conversion fails. And with 2:31 to play here in the third, it's 36-18. Pocatello still leading. 2:31 left. Take a timeout. Come back with a kickoff right after this.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
When you see that big green dinosaur, whether at your favorite gas station or convenience store on the side of a delivery truck, you know quality Sinclair products are available there from Hall Oil Company. Hall Oil is a family-owned and operated business that's been serving folks in Cache Valley since 1947. They're your local fuel and oil broker with a low-price guarantee. Another guarantee that's been really important this winter is that when you fill your fuel tanks with premium winter diesel fuel from Hall Oil, it's guaranteed not to gel, even when the temperature drops below 0. It's the no-gel guarantee from Hall Oil Company.
Listen for Dan Hubbard and Preston Indian Sports on KACH.
American League Championship Series tonight. The Yankees win at home 4-1 over the Astros. They got 4 runs in the bottom of the first inning and made them stand up. So now they head back to Houston for games 6 and 7 on Saturday and Sunday. A little squib kick by Isaiah Smith comes down to the 30, as making the catch there and putting his head down was Ryan Payne. He brings it out as they'll mark it over the 40-yard line. The mark it looks like it's the 42.
Yeah, they're pretty generous with their marks.
I wasn't going to say anything, but the official carrying the ball in and the official running in from the far side, they both look like a sailor on a 3-day shore pass running the ball in.
This would be nice.
I don't know him.
That's true.
As the handoff goes to Payne, short gain Actually, it only gets back near the line of scrimmage, so really no gain on the play.
Just barely to the line of scrimmage, maybe a foot and a half.
Second down and 10 as the clock will roll. 2:10 to play here in quarter number 3.
Bright spot is Preston's only down 3 touchdowns. And, they have still a full quarter and 2 minutes to go. So, they have 14 minutes to get it done.
Second down and 10, no gain on the play. Downs again out of the shotgun, man in motion. There's that little pitch play again as it goes to Park, and Park's going to be bottled up all the way back to the 40. It's going to lose a couple of yards.
Yeah, he'll lose a couple. Again, that play, Preston was ready for it. They had Garrett Ward out here on this far side. His men went in motion, but he didn't move. But the whole offensive line followed that ball all the way to the right side, and
Zay Davis is the first man to make contact with the ball carrier, pushed him all the way back to the 41. So it's going to be 3rd down and 11 here for Pocatello. 3 receivers left. Downs out of the shotgun, looking across the middle. He's going to go deep. He may have been hit.
There's a flag.
And then now the flag comes in for pass interference.
Yeah, they're going to call it on Andrew Iverson, which is actually the same thing. He was looking at the ball, and he ran into the back of the player and knocked him down before the ball got there. But the thing of it is, he was looking at the ball, where on the other way downfield against Preston, he wasn't even looking at the ball.
Thorson's out on the field talking to the line judge over there on the far side, saying, you know what, you missed that call in the first half for us, as that'll be a pass interference penalty. And that'll move the ball 15 yards from where it was snapped. Remember, it's not a spot foul like it is in college and in the NFL. It'll move the ball up to the 44-yard line. Automatic first down with 1 minute to play here in the third quarter.
This official on the field judge over here on this side, he's flag happy. He's thrown probably 30% of the flags out of 6 guys.
Officiating tonight has been ridiculous. Two receivers to the far side. Man in motion going there is Park. As they fake giving it to Park. Downs will keep this time. Gets up near the 45. 4 or 5 Preston Indians grab onto him and throw him back. So you're going to lose a yard. And to bring up second down and 11 as we're inside a minute to play here in the half. 42 seconds to play as the clock continues to roll.
This is one of the things Preston has to do is they have to wear Pocatello down. Because they know that if they can get them worn down, they can make them make mistakes, and then their offense can move the ball. Because they've got a lot of players playing both ways.
There's a score update as Westside's leading 26-0 over Bear Lake, midway through quarter number 3.
Oh, good on Westside.
And a timeout on the field. Take a timeout right here. We'll be right back.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
More and more people are moving to the Preston area to live and retire. Since 1978, Ralph Construction's been building custom homes in the Blue Sage Park community, the only 55-year-old plus community in the city of Preston. Come see the downsized, no-hassle lifestyle that Blue Sage Park offers. Ralph Construction will build to your custom specifications, or you can choose one of their existing floor plans. They're just starting phase 2, so there's plenty of great lots still available. Ralph Construction. Call for more information. 435-232-1837. Lawn care and snow removal included. Blue Sage Park by Ralph Construction. 435-232-1837.
KACH.
Starting phase 2.
Now, here we go. Second down and 11. All the things you don't hear off the air.
Yeah.
Second down and 11 for Pocatello. 47 seconds to play here in quarter number 3. 36-18. Preston Indians down 18 points. Man in motion coming back here to the near side as Downs rolling to the left. Throws underneath. It's complete as he gets the ball out here to Park. And Park is knocked out of bounds as he gets up to the 35-yard line. That'll still be short of the first down by about a yard and a half.
Another good call by Pocatello. But, if Davis had, or Andrew Iverson or Davis, whoever it was over here, I don't remember, made the push out of bounds, but it's close to a first down.
Actually, it's third down and call it 1 here as they spot the ball right at the 35, and they need to get to the 34 for the first down. as they ran out of bounds, so the clock stopped with 41 seconds to play in the quarter. Gillian in the backfield. Downs will keep it, has the first down, gets pushed back, but they're going to give him forward progress up to about the 32. Then it'd be plenty for the first down. Hunter Wright there to make the stop for Preston. And the clock continues to roll as we go under 30 seconds to play here in the third quarter. That's another first down for Pocatello. That's 14 in the game.
Yeah, like I say, those short gains for Pocatello, I think they're probably 100% on them short gains because their blocking schemes have worked for them. The runs, they've been just great at their short distance plays.
They let the third quarter run out, so we'll go to the fourth. The fourth quarter sponsored by Webb Funeral Home. It's Pocatello 36, Preston 18.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
Interviews, highlights, and analysis with the best in the business. Here we go. Others can talk about the game. Only one source can deliver the goods. And it can only be found right here on the Coach Gary Anderson Show on the Aggie Sports Network from Learfield IMG College.
The Coach Gary Anderson Show, live from Wingers in Logan, Thursday nights at 6 on FM 105.5 and AM 1340 KACH. The fourth quarter of tonight's game is brought to you by Webb Funeral Home.
Whether a loved one passes suddenly and much too soon or after a long and fruitful earthly journey, the families of Northern Cache Valley have known for years they can rely on sensitive and professional care from Webb Funeral Home. Now in their beautiful full-service facility on the south side of Preston, Webb Mortuary urges you to consider the benefits of pre-planning final arrangements in order that your wishes are carried out and difficult decisions are not left to your surviving family members. Make an appointment soon to talk about pre-planning with your friends at Webb Funeral Home.
KACH.
Here we go. We start the fourth quarter. As Pocatello with the ball, and right off the jump, they're going to go for a long one, and it's knocked away.
Oh, it was tipped away by Wright. Nelson, and then almost right into the hands of who was that down there? I couldn't see. Turn around.
So Chevy Nelson with the long run breaks the pass up, and it's second down and 10.
Hunter Wright was right there. It fell right into his lap, but he couldn't hold on to it. Could have been an interception.
Ball on the 32-yard line. Preston trails by 18 as we start the fourth quarter, sponsored by Webb Funeral Home. Two receivers to each side. Lone setback back there with Downs. He wants to throw again. Sets up a screen pass as it's complete. Underneath, still on his feet to the 25, up to the 20-yard line is Ryan Payne.
Enough for a first down.
Screen pass good for 13 yards. That's 273 yards unofficially now for Pocatello, and for Jaden Downs, 17 of 24 on the game. Payne 3 catches for 107 tonight. First and 10, swings it outside as this one's complete. Getting down the 15-yard lines and stepping out of bounds as the pass complete to Matt Ney. That'll be good for about 5 yards. And again, he steps out of bounds and stops the clock with 11:10 to play here in the fourth.
Preston's made some defensive changes as we have Chevy Nelson in there along with Hunter Wright. I don't see Iverson out there. So maybe they're trying to save him, give him a breather for offense.
Yeah, they did try to get him.
Oh, no, Iverson's out
Iverson. He was out there at the safety spot. I was going to say they did try to get him a little bit of a breather. They played Zay Davis for that one possession as well. They swing that one out. It's complete, but hit immediately. Hello, as you get burped as soon as you catch the ball. That's Iverson who comes up to make the hit.
Yeah, Iverson saw the play, saw the pitch out to the left side on a short pass out there, and he just keyed right on him and hit him right as he received the ball.
1 yard gain. 3rd down and 9 coming up. You know, the thing about Downs, he runs over to the sidelines. He runs about 15 miles a game to go over and get the play, but it certainly burns up the clock when they have a lead and you're trying to get the ball back.
Right.
3rd down and 9 here. Preston needs a good defensive play. As Downs rolling, trying to get away. Knapp after him. Knapp has him as he's dabbed back down all the way to the 20.
You know, I've seen Knapp run some. He's done great on kickoffs getting down there, but he showed some speed right there. He looked like he was going to set up on a receiver, and then he just blitzed in and he just chased Downs all the way across the field and pulled him down at the 20 for no gain.
A loss of a yard. 4th down and 10. They're back to where they originally spotted the ball at the 20-yard line. Pocatello went for it on 4th down once earlier this game, and they did not make it, so they're 0 for 1 so far out here on 4th downs. Single setback in the backfield is Jones. 3 receivers left, single receiver right. As he wants to throw, Davis steps up, gets across the 20 to the 15. He's hit there, knocked out of bounds at about the 14, but is not going to be close enough for the 1st down, and Preston will take over on downs with 9:23 to play.
You know, technically that was the best thing Pocatello could have done. They run some time off the clock, plus even though they turned the ball over hoping for a touchdown. But Preston is deep in their territory, and they got a long ways to go, down by 18.
And down by 18, they need something quick here. And like you said, they have some 90-plus yards to go, 88 yards to go, as a matter of fact. Smith in motion, back to the right side. There's that Statue of Liberty play again. Goes to Iverson for a short gain. Might only get 1 on the play.
Yeah, that time the hole closed before he could hit the gap right there on the draw. So, yeah, we're going to have to come up with another play.
Ty goes out. Brecker Knapp comes in to play quarterback. Not sure if that's the equivalent of Thorson throwing in the towel here or not, as Ty's going to go over and sit down.
I think
underneath the awning over on the far side. So Knapp at quarterback, rolling, throws underneath. It's complete as he gets it to Garrett Ward. Ward near a 1st down, up to the 22-yard line.
Yeah, it's real close. Well, they're going to mark him about 1.5 yards short. Like I say, we're not getting the spots because I saw when he stepped out of bounds, his foot was right by the chain. So the down marker.
So 6-yard completion to Ward. 3rd down and 1 as Preston just pushes forward, and they'll have the 1st down.
Yeah, that was a quarterback keep by Knapp.
So Brecker Knapp played a little bit last week in the blowout win over Burley in the 4th quarter. Completed a pass and has 1 completion so far here tonight as well. Bad snap over his head as Brecker's got to chase it all the way back inside the 10, and it's going to be a big loss on the bad snap, but Brecker at least had the presence of mind just to fall on it and not try to
pick it
compound the problem.
Right. Yeah, that was just a bad snap. It went up over his head, and I don't think he was ready for it either because he had to really reach up to get that ball.
So the ball all the way back inside the 10. They spotted it at the 8. It'll be 2nd down and 27. 2 receivers to either side for Brecker.
Pocatello in a soft defense looking.
Knapp throws across the middle, and it's too tall. Tried to get it to his cousin, Gordon Knapp.
Yeah, that throw there, it was high, but it was also dangerous because there was nothing but blue shirts around the intended receiver.
So that other cousin-to-cousin combination that the Preston Indians have, Knapp to Knapp instead of Hyde to Harris. 3rd down and long.
Pocatello's in a kind of a prevent defense. They're only rushing 4, but they've got seven players back.
Yeah, they can just sit back and play deep center field. They throw underneath, tried to get it to Iverson. It was too low. as not able to come up with it was Andrew, and it'll bring up 4th down and long, and Isaiah Smith will come onto the field to punt.
Yeah, there's no question here. It will be a punt. This is a dangerous place to even think of a fake or, something else.
So Isaiah will stand in his own end zone. Yeah, the complexion of that drive really changed on the bad snap that ended up as about a 20-yard loss.
Right.
That was just, at that point, the offensive brain trust for the Preston Indians just saying, okay, enough's enough. The punt handles the 45 as the flag comes in late up to about the 38-yard line as bringing the punt back was Matt Ney, and as John said, that there was a flag on the play for a block in the back. So the flag sits all the way back at the 43. There's an illegal block in the back against Pocatello that'll push them back, but they'll still have the ball here with 7 minutes and 30 seconds to play here in the 4th quarter, and leading by 18, 36-18. Don't forget, Preston Lady Indians volleyball tomorrow it's from Century High School, the first 2 rounds of the Great Basin 10 volleyball tournament tomorrow. Lady Indians take the floor about 11:30 tomorrow morning against the same Pocatello school. And the winner moves on. The loser will play again from the loser's bracket as the handoff straight ahead goes to Payne. Short gain for a couple of yards.
Yeah, that's Pocatello, I think, is going to try and keep it on the ground unless they can think they're lulling Preston asleep in the backfield or in the backfield, so that they're just going to try and run the clock down. 7 minutes to go, and Pocatello's just going to try and control the ball. Down 18 for Preston.
2nd and 9 from the 48, their own 48 for Pocatello. As Payne, the lone setback, fake it to Payne. Downs rolling left, has it, is going to lose a couple of yards. Coming up to hit him first was, I'm not sure, can't see the number.
30, is it 30? Is it no, 32.
32 is Rollins.
Rollins, yeah, Rollins on a good play there. Tate Rollins.
So they lose 4 on the play. 3rd down and 13 coming up. But the clock continues to roll as we go under 6 minutes and 15 seconds to play here in quarter number 4. As the student section over on the far side for Pocatello starts to come to life. Direct snap. Davis, or I should say Downs rather, points deep. The man falls down, and it's complete across the 30 up to the 27-yard line as it's complete to Ney.
Yeah, Chevy Nelson fell down, and he knew, Downs knew that he had that play all the way just because his receiver, Zach Park, just outran Chevy Nelson, and he just all alone.
Unofficially, that'll put Downs over 300 yards passing tonight. 302 yards. And another first down. 5:40 to play. And for Pocatello, they'll get the chance just to keep the clock still running. Pass was complete for 28 yards. That's 19 for 26 now on the night for Downs unofficially for 302. As they're going to line up in that power formation, a couple of men in the slot. They'll hand the ball off as it goes to Payne. Payne is pushed backwards, and it'll go all the way back to about the 33-yard line. It'll be loss of about 3 yards on the play, but it'll keep the clock moving as we're at 5 minutes to play.
Yeah, Zay Davis in on the tackle as he broke through the line. I think Pocatello's sense that they're winning too, because they're making substitutions now and letting some of the, even though I think most of them are still seniors that are in there, they're the ones that aren't playing a whole lot because there's some new numbers for Pocatello in there.
Yep, it is senior night, so get some of the seniors their last chance to play in front of the home crowd. as Pocatello goes on the road next week as well for the final game of the regular season.
Coach Thorson has also put some underclassmen in. Hunter and
fake. Downs rolling right as 3 or 4 white-shirted Preston Indians able to drag him down. Hunter Wright was the man to make the first contact. And timeout called by the Preston Indians, I believe. It brings up 2nd down and 14. Timeout on the field. We'll take one here as well. We'll be right back.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
When you see that big green dinosaur, whether at your favorite gas station or convenience store on the side of a delivery truck, you know quality Sinclair products are available there from Hall Oil Company. Hall Oil is a family-owned and operated business that's been serving folks in Cache Valley since 1947. They're your local fuel and oil broker with a low-price guarantee. Another guarantee that's been really important this winter is that when you fill your fuel tanks with premium winter diesel fuel from Hall Oil, it's guaranteed not to gel even when the temperature drops below 0. It's the no-gel guarantee from Hall Oil Company.
Listen for Dan Hubbard and Preston Indian Sports on KACH.
Look down over on the far side. Coach Thorson took the opportunity to come out and start chewing on the official over something, as he's not too happy with the way this game is officiated, and I can't say I would blame him too much. 3rd down and 19. 4:12 to play here in the 4th. 2 receivers to each side for Pocatello as whistles at the snap.
That might have been Ward coming across the line too quick.
False start against Pocatello.
I just saw Ward come in quick. Maybe there was a movement in the backfield or on the line.
So it pushes it back 5 yards. It's going to be now 3rd down and 24. As clock has 4:11 remaining on it here in the 4th quarter. 36-18, Pocatello leads. Remember, Preston beat Pocatello last year at home, but over the last, as Garrett Ward comes across, is going to give the 5 yards right back. Since 2004, Pocatello has beaten Preston, not counting tonight, 14 of the 16 times they've played since 2004.
And 8 of those have been here in the Dome. We have not beat them here.
I know they lost last year before I got here to Century. In fact, Century blew them out last year, 51-0.
Right.
Here. 3rd down and 19 as Downs just flops it up the middle, and it's going to be caught and brought down at the 6-yard line as the pass complete to Matinee.
And Andrew Iverson was right on there and had a play there. I don't know how that ball got into his arms, how that catch was made. That's just karma for the night. It's just the way the whole ball game has gone. They're catching everything. We're dropping a lot.
34-yard completion brings up another 1st down. Another trip into the red zone here for Pocatello as they spot the ball at the 6. 1st and goal. Payne the lone setback. 3 receivers left. Downs will keep it on the option and run right straight up the middle for the 6-yard touchdown.
Yeah, that Preston was expecting the pass out there, forgetting about Downs running the ball. They faked the handoff to Jones and then right up the middle, almost untouched.
For Downs, it's his 4th touchdown of the game. 42-18. Let's see if anybody can make a point after here just for grins. As they'll go back to the conventional kicking style PAT here.
Try to get it through the uprights.
As Jones brings out the kicking pad, as it'll be Jaden Downs to try to put this one through. And I got to tell you, his kicks tonight have been not real good, as this one is no good again as he pushed it wide right. 3:29 to play, 42-18. As Pocatello leads, we'll come right back with the rest of the 4th quarter for you right after this.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
More and more people are moving to the Preston area to live and retire. Since 1978, Ralph Construction's been building custom homes in the Blue Sage Park community, the only 55-year-old plus community in the city of Preston. Come see the downsized, no-hassle lifestyle that Blue Sage Park offers. Ralph Construction will build to your custom specifications, or you can choose one of their existing floor plans. They're just starting phase 2, so there's plenty of great lots still available. Ralph Construction. Call for more information. 435-232-1837. Lawn care and snow removal included. Blue Sage Park by Ralph Construction. 435-232-1837.
KACH.
So 3:29 left. Pokey coming back onto the field. They'll kick it back to Preston. 42-18. As Pocatello has scored twice, total of 12 points here in the second half tonight.
That's the most Preston's had scored on them this whole year. The second half,
yeah, of any one game. You're right. They only have given up 20 points in total. As though they'll just chip this one, as it'll be fallen on at the 41-yard line. It's got the bottom of the pile for Preston. It is Lincoln Bradford able to come up with it. So 1st and 10 for Preston after the little squib kick.
Yeah, interesting that they do a squib kick leading by 24.
Well, they wanted to keep the ball out of Iverson's hands because he's taken two balls back for touchdowns
right
on kickoff returns.
This is probably one of Preston's better field positions of the game to start with.
As they put the ball down at the 42 of Preston, and
Knapp is good quarterback.
Brecker Knapp is staying at quarterback. Ty Hyde has his shoulder pads off over on the far sideline, so he's done for the night. Knapp wants to throw, looking over the middle. He's got a man complete up across midfield to the 40. It's Garrett Ward to the 35, and flags coming in.
Horse collar.
Is that going to be a horse collar, or is that going to be a face mask against Ward? As it gets across the 35 out to the 34-yard line, when he's finally run out of bounds. As that's a pretty good pass play if it stands.
I guess we both saw two different things there. It looked like a horse collar to.
I thought it was too, but it also looked like Knapp was reaching back and had a man by the face mask. Absolutely, that's a good call.
Yeah, I missed that one.
But it's also going to be the only call. They're not going to call what you saw.
A horse collar.
A horse collar tackle. So it'll be a 15-yard step off from where Garrett stepped out of bounds at the 35. Because it'll push the ball all the way back to the midfield stripe. So it's still ends up being 2nd and 2. It's still a 25-yard completion by Brecker Knapp to Garrett Ward, then the 15-yard penalty. They throw underneath it as it goes to Harris. Harris puts his head down, gets close to the first down. We'll have to see where they spot it. As looks like they're going to spot it just short. So it'll be 3rd down and about a half a yard coming up here for Preston. So 2nd down and 1. Clock still rolls. 2:40 to play here in the 4th. Iverson stays in the game, stands at Knapp's left shoulder. Brecker wants to throw again underneath. That goes back to Ward. That's good enough for a 1st down as it's up to the 43, and he's out of bounds there.
Yeah, and the clock is running faster as Preston's going downhill with less time to go. This game's pretty much in the outreach of Preston, but yeah, they're in the hurry up, trying to score, trying to make it look respectable.
Down to 2:30 to play. 2 receivers to either side, man in the slot on each side. Iverson the lone setback. They will fake the ball to Iverson. Knapp wants to throw again. He's going downfield to Harris, and it's too long.
It was a good play and a good call. Harris had his man beat, but the throw was just a little bit too far as Knapp couldn't quite get to the pocket of Harris.
So it's 2nd down and 10. As Knapp looks over to the far side, as they're going to put a whole bunch of people over onto the right side. In fact, they're going to go that little diamond formation over on the right side. Single receiver left is Smith. No setbacks in this formation. Knapp rolling left, throws underneath as it's going to be caught at the 20-yard line. As bringing the ball down is Harris.
Yeah, Cole Harris had a good shot. He had to go up for the ball. It was a little bit overthrown, but he had a defender right behind him, so if he hadn't have brought that down, that could have very well been intercepted.
23-yard pass play from Knapp to Harris.
One of the better ones tonight for the Preston Indians.
And another first down for Preston. That's their 14th of the game. As Brecker's going to roll right, still rolling. Now pull it down. He's going to run. He gets to the 16 and just kind of gives himself up and falls forward as we go under 2 minutes to play in the game. So Knapp good for a 7-yard gain on the keeper. Check that 4-yard gain, I should say.
4-yard gain, yeah, 2nd and 6.
They'll put 3 receivers right this time. Gordon Knapp, the lone receiver left. Iverson in the backfield. As Brecker Knapp's going to roll right, gets around one man, throws down inside the 10. It's caught down to the 7-yard line. As that is complete to Isaiah Smith.
Yeah, Pocatello's bending, but they're not breaking. They're stopping them from getting in there, but they're in that prevent defense where they're only rushing 4.
Yeah, they're just.
So
that's why I hate the prevent defense. Give it to Iverson. Makes a move, gets up to about the 5-yard line. Flags come in from the umpire, or the back judge, I should say, as Iverson dropped the ball, but he was down. And let's see what the penalty marker was. So Iverson, they're pointing toward Preston, as this will be
face mask.
Another face mask penalty. Nope, this is going to go against Pocatello. So that'll move the ball half the distance to the goal where they spotted the ball. As not exactly sure where they spotted the ball, but now they're going to spot it at the 4. So they half the distance to the goal penalty. Moves the ball inside the 5 as Preston finds himself in the red zone. 1:05 clock runs as Brecker Knapp brings him back to the line of scrimmage. 1st and goal. Knapp rolling right, throws, and it's going to be caught. Touchdown to Garrett Ward.
Yeah, Garrett Ward just simply went right to the pylon and out, and Knapp rolled to his right and hit him right in the chest, and good throw, good catch.
So Brecker Knapp with his first varsity touchdown pass hits Garrett Ward for a 4-yard TD. And now Preston will go for 2. Knapp quickly out to Iverson. Iverson puts his head down, tries to run his way into the end zone, and does. And looky there, we finally had one team pick up points on a extra point to try tonight, as the 2-point conversion is good.
Yep. What's that quote by Michael Jordan? I never lost a game. I only ran out of time.
Yeah.
That's what Preston will have to use tonight.
Yeah. Well, there is no. The other one Jordan used to say, there is no I in team, but there's a lot of I in win.
Yeah. The I is bigger in win.
Yep. Or the one that I like, there's no I in team, but there's a lot of me in media.
Well, we could make up all kinds of things.
That's right. That's what happens when you're losing late in the fourth quarter. 54 seconds to go in the game. 42-26, Pokey leads, as Preston will kick the ball off here momentarily.
You can definitely anticipate an onside kick here. And if it's kicked right, just a little pooch kick over the top of the 4 in the back behind the front line.
Yeah, they got 10 men within 10 yards of the 50-yard line. So you just a little pitching wedge over these front guys and go after it and see what happens. as they'll hit it on a line. It's going to be covered over on the far side by Pocatello, as 19, Hunter Killian with a good play just fielded that ball and fell on it. So 1st and 10 for Pocatello. Preston can stop the clock once. They have one timeout left with 54 seconds left in the game.
Yeah, they'll just drop on a knee. There's no need to do anything else because you got 35 seconds between snaps. So
just a couple of victory formations, and this one will go in the book. And remind you that you can hear a full rebroadcast of the Westside Bear Lake game coming up immediately after we are done here tonight.
But they're not in the victory formation. That's interesting.
Yeah, he'll take a knee. It's just out of the shotgun. They have two running backs at his size and one back deep behind him.
Yeah.
So they're just not taking it from the snap directly under center. As there's the first one as he takes a knee and the ball back to the 43-yard line. They'll have to snap it one more time, and unless the Preston opts to stop the clock, which they're not doing so far.
Yeah, there's no need really.
There's no need to.
Might as well take your lumps and go home.
As there's the next snap, and that will be it, as they won't have to snap it again. And after losing last year at Pocatello, the Preston Indians able to come back and avenge that loss with to some measure as they beat Preston tonight by the final score of 42-26 here at the Dome in Pocatello. So with the loss, Preston goes to 5-3 on the year, and for the Pocatello Indians, they improved to 4-4 overall, and their first win in conference play here in 2019. Final score: Pokey 42, Preston 26. We'll be back with the postgame show right after this.
Tonight's game has been brought to you by West Motors, with Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram trucks, all available right here in Preston. By Franklin County Medical Center, with the finest care you'll find in all of the Cache Valley. By Stokes Market, True Value. By Rouse Construction, building custom homes in the Blue Sage Park community of Preston. By Webb Funeral Home, just off Highway 91 at the south end of the city of Preston. By Valley Implement. By Preston Auto Parts, CarQuest on State Street in downtown Preston. By Advantage Plus Federal Credit Union. By Idaho Salvage, where you can turn your scrap metal into cash. By S&T Electric. And by MyLocalRadio.com. Now stay tuned for the postgame show, coming right up. The Preston Lady Indians wrapped up their regular season this week and head into the regional tournament this Saturday. They'll hit the road as they'll be at Century High School for a pair of matches. In the first match, they'll face the Pocatello Indians at 11:30 in the morning. The second match will come shortly thereafter against an opponent yet to be determined. Follow all the action this Saturday on 105.5 FM and AM 1340 KACH and online at MyLocalRadio.com.
The Limbic Arc may help you or someone you know be more calm. It's simple to use. Find out more by logging on to MyLocalRadio.com and clicking on the Limbic Arc logo. Check it out now. Visit MyLocalRadio.com and click on any Limbic Arc logo.
Advertise your open positions on the radio. You'll be amazed how quickly you see a response. You'll reach more people for less. The Job Stop includes radio and internet advertising. Call us for more info. We're a local company with a toll-free number, 833-856-9625. That's 833-856-9625.
Are you looking for a different kind of spot for lunch, dinner, or to do catering for your next event? Then try the Island Bowl Grill inside Poppin' Pins right here in Preston. At Island Bowl Grill, they have the best Hawaiian fare in the area. The combination of teriyaki and Korean influences can only be described in one way: mouth-watering. Offering 3 different catering options, Island Bowl Grill can host your next party in-house at Poppin' Pins Bowling Center. You can pick up for takeout, or they can come right to your house and prepare the food on site for your next party. What could be easier? Go to poppinpins.com for more information on Island Bowl Grill, or call 208-425-6128. Poppin' Pins Bowling Center, 411 South US Highway 91 in Preston.
When the time finally comes to deliver your new little one, the comforts of home are vital. Franklin County Medical Center understands, and that's why the new maternity suites are designed with a warm family atmosphere, spacious rooms complete with sleeping accommodations for your partner, and state-of-the-art birthing equipment. At Franklin County Medical Center, your new arrival will be welcomed into the world safely, and the expert staff will ensure you're relaxed and comfortable. Franklin County Medical Center, where hospitality and excellence meet.
Across the FM airwaves, we're heard at 105.5. On the far-reaching AM dial, we're at 1340. And on the internet at mylocalradio.com. Wherever you find us, we are KACH, Preston, Smithfield.
This is the Preston Indians postgame show. Coming up, we'll recap tonight's game, take a look at the final stats, and a look at other games from around the area on the Ron Keller Tires scoreboard.
Welcome back here to the Mini Dome in Pocatello, where tonight the Pocatello Indians have their way. They beat the Preston Indians tonight by the final score of 42-26, exacting a measure of revenge after Preston beat them last year down at Preston High School. So for the Pocatello Indians, they even their record now on the year, as they are now 4-4 on the season. They go to 1-2 in conference play. For Preston, they are now 5-3, and that's their second loss in conference play here in 2019. John Slaughter, and you could tell just right from the start things were not going to go Preston's way tonight.
Well, I kind of look at it like a boxing match. Pocatello come out and had a knockdown right off the bat. And that took the wind out, so now they have to – they're thinking of things, now what have we got to do? We've got to change our game plan right now. We're not covering what they did in the first series of play. And then the second series, another good punch. You know, they went up 12-0 just that quick on Preston. And, you know, what do? You know, you're off balance. Your defense is kind of wounded. Your offense can't get things moving. What do? So, you know, and – I wasn't out of it then because we know that Preston is a good second-half team.
Right.
And they did show that even today.
Right.
But yet you can't spot a team 24 points and try to come back in 14 minutes.
Preston turned the ball over 4 times, and each time they did it, Pocatello took the ball down and stuck it in the end zone.
And scored. So, you know, you can actually blame this game on turnovers, you know. But the thing of it is we've had more turnovers than that before and still come out victorious. Yep. So don't you? You know, it's just one of those things. And me personally, I call it the Holt Arena jinx. We just do not do well in this arena. And I'm hoping we can break that in the future.
Well, they'll have to figure that out, because if for somehow, and that light is kind of dimming now, if for some reason Preston would have a home playoff game, more than likely it would be here and not played at their field in Preston, because according to the state, it's just not good enough to be able to host a playoff game.
Well, had we have won, and if Century lost, that would have put Minico in the top spot. That would have put us above Century. That would have possibly given us the field advantage. We may have been able to choose another field. I don't know.
I'm not sure if they'd get a choice the way it was explained to me. I think it was cut and dry that it would be played here. But either way, it remains to be seen. That light is now getting awfully dim at 5-3 on whether they'll have a home game or not. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back and look at the final stats right after this.
KAC.
Thank you for listening to the Preston Indians postgame show. This broadcast has been a production of Preston Broadcasting, LLC, and was intended for the private, non-commercial use of our audience. Use of
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
Welcome to West Motor Ford. We love happy customers. With multiple financing options, it's easy to drive your new vehicle home. We offer a full line of new Fords and a constantly changing pre-owned vehicle inventory. Our service department is top-notch with technicians trained for everything from routine maintenance to major repairs. With a large selection of parts and accessories, including tires, we've got you covered. So come in and let us turn up your happy meter. Visit West Motor Ford in Preston today.
In addition to local information and the best live coverage of local sports, you can stream music 24/7 at mylocalradio.com. Log on and choose the music you like best. Classic or modern country, indie, adult contemporary, or classic rock. Stream it live through your computer or cell phone. Listen to the music you want and don't miss the information you need. Like us on Facebook and visit mylocalradio.com today.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
Welcome back. Let's take a look at the final stats here on the game. First for the Preston Indians, Ty Hyde threw for 125 yards, I should say, while he was in there tonight. Brecker Knapp came in the fourth quarter, and Brecker did pretty well against a pretty vanilla defense as he threw for about 67 yards in the time that he was in there. Andrew Iverson carried the ball 10 times for 43 yards tonight. Ty Hyde carried it 4 times for 11. Zay Davis, 2 carries for 20 yards. As far as receiving goes, probably one of the better nights on the year tonight for Garrett Ward with 7 catches for a total of 77 yards and a touchdown there at the very end. Total offense for Preston tonight, 267 yards. They had 14 first downs, and they turned the ball over 4 times, 3 fumbles, and 1 interception against Ty Hyde. For Pocatello, Jaden Downs, who was 20 of 27 for 336 yards tonight passing. He also carried the ball 10 times for 32 yards. Zach Park, 4 carries for 55. Ryan Pace, 3 carries, no yards in the game. Adam Jones carried the ball twice for 6, and Dawson Olson carried it once for a short game in the game as well. As far as receiving yards go, Zach Park had 1 catch for 38. Ryan Payne, 3 catches for 107. Tolan Nye had a pair of catches for 2 yards. Jackson Williams, 4 catches for 37. And Casey Bruner had the 1 catch very early on in the game for 55 yards and a touchdown. As far as the overall numbers for Pocatello, 429 yards in total offense. They had 16 first downs tonight. And the big number, John, they did not turn the ball over one time.
Exactly, and you know, we were down by 4 scores, and that's exactly what the deal is when you don't turn the ball over, it gives your offense a chance. You know, keeps your defense off the field and fresh and keeps the ball alive for offense.
We'll take our last time out. We'll come back and tell you what's on tap for the Preston Indians next week and what you can expect as far as play-by-play coming up as well. We'll do all that after this 60-second timeout.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
Imagine a world with no football. Yeah, we don't want that either. Football lives here on the Aggie Sports Network from Learfield IMG College.
The Wolves will be howling this Saturday as Nevada comes to Logan to take on the Utah State Aggies.
The pregame show is at 7 p.m. with the kickoff at 8:15.
Utah State football on KACH.
In Franklin County, they know it's what's on the inside that really matters. That's why they offer advanced radiology and imaging using the latest in technology, performing x-rays, CAT scans, MRIs, nuclear testing, ultrasounds, mammography, and much more, right in Preston, Idaho. With short wait times and a highly skilled staff available around the clock, they'll help you reach a diagnosis quicker. Make sure your doctor knows you want to save time and money, closer to home. Let them be the next to take your picture. Franklin County Medical Center, where hospitality and excellence meet.
KACH.
Highly skilled staff available around the clock.
So Preston heads home for getting ready for their last game of the year. We'll talk about that coming up in just a second. But John Slaughter, let's get some final thoughts for you on tonight's game.
Okay, well tonight is one of those games where it was too little, too late. We've been expecting Preston to come back. We weren't down, even thought-wise in the first half when we were down 18. Early in the third quarter when we went down 24, started questioning. But still, you know, Preston has the attitude that they can come back. And you did see some momentum turn to Preston's side in the second half as we started wearing down Pocatello. But the thing of it is, you know, it's just one of those games where we didn't quite have enough time to get the job done. And I think the key, I don't know what happened to Ty Hyde. I know he took his pads off in the fourth quarter, but he had an ice pack on his shoulder. I don't know if he's injured. Well, if it was due to that late unnecessary roughness out of bounds that wasn't called.
Right.
There's little things like that all through the game that, you can always question coulda, woulda, shoulda. But Preston is still a good team. We're going to come out next week, and I think you're going to see a whole different ball game next week against Snake River, who can be really tough. But I think Preston will prevail.
Yep, exactly. And John mentioned that next week the Preston Indians will wrap up their regular season as they head to Blackfoot to face the Snake River Panthers coming up next week. We'll have the pregame show for you coming up next week, starting at 6:30. The kickoff at 7 o'clock next Friday night from Snake River High School. You can hear the game live, of course, here on 105.5 FM and AM 1340 KACH, and with a video feed, as it'll be back next week on our website, mylocalradio.com. Don't forget, our next Lady Indians volleyball broadcast is tomorrow morning as the Indians come here to Pocatello to play the first 2 rounds of the Great Basin 10 tournament. The ladies will be facing Pocatello at 11:30 in the morning. That'll be followed by a second game shortly thereafter against an opponent yet to be determined, and you can hear and see that game again live here on KACH and on the website, mylocalradio.com. That'll wrap up tonight's broadcast of Preston Indian football. The executive director of Preston Broadcasting Sports is Val Cook. Our studio coordinator tonight has been John Beverly. Remind you of the final score as Pocatello beats Preston 42-26. Until next time, for John Slaughter and for John Beverly, I'm Dan Hubbard saying thanks for listening. Have a great weekend. From Pocatello, we wish you a very pleasant good night. Remember, stay tuned. The complete rebroadcast of West Side and Bear Lake is coming up in just a couple of minutes.
Thank you for listening to the Preston Indians postgame show. This broadcast has been a production of Preston Broadcasting, LLC, and was intended for the private, non-commercial use of our audience. Use of any portion of this production, its accounts or descriptions, in whole or in part, may not be used or rebroadcast without the express written permission of Preston Broadcasting, LLC.